Legends of Chamberlain Heights.
What is that?
You know the show that they said that predicted Kobe Bryant's death.
What?
Oh shoot!
There's a few shows that.
He said, "Wait a minute."
So y'all think
Simpsons had that shit too.
So y'all think the
He's
Simpsons can
racist.
really predict things, like predict the
The
future?
Simpsons has predicted a lot of shit.
So do y'all believe they know?
No. Yeah, I know. I believe they know. I don't believe they can predict the future. I believe somebody informs them.
Oh, okay. So you trying to say they up there, you know, with the people that know shit.
It might be like a series of events they already know it's about to happen, just like the checklist. You feel me? Like, this is gonna end up happening. Put this bitch in The Simpsons. This one's gonna end up have this bitch is in The Simpsons.
Word.
Because they went through everything: the pandemic, to Brian's death, to they said they solved the equation to something on it that Homer was writing it out, and it was actually a real equation that they didn't know until like 10 years later. Yeah, like The Simpsons predicted a lot of shit.
So you telling me if I want to learn some shit, I should watch The Simpsons?
There's so many seasons.
They do have a history of predicting shit.
Or
Like
25 fucking seasons.
Did you say did they
How many
predict the
seasons
Twin
is this?
Towers?
Like 25.
Over 20, yeah.
25 seasons?
Yes, it's a lot.
So that must be the most longest running
running.
cartoon or whatever, or show.
It is.
For sure.
And it's the number one.
But if they're predicting
No, I think
so
they're
many,
up. South Park is to the Simpsons.
Shout out to South Park.
South Park is the shit.
I used to watch South Park a lot.
Shout out to basketball.
For sure. Basketball.
Hey, what's basketball?
The people who made
May I give some knowledge?
Give us some
Drop it
knowledge.
on
Go
the J.
ahead.
Drop it on the J.
Put
Well,
it on the table.
This is exactly why I'm here today.
All right.
Basketball is actually the creators of South Park. They actually came out with a movie, and it's called Basketball, where they made basketball mixed with baseball, and it is the most funniest fucking movie I have ever seen in my life.
Really?
So imagine the creators of South Park in a movie. So you got Stan, Cartman, Kenny. I don't know who the fucking dude name is at this moment, but either way, you got all these different characters.
There's
in
a
one,
Kyle.
like,
Doing fried
you
shit.
feel me? But
Shit, we
it's
ain't-
like,
they ain't paying us,
but
so
they
we
got
ain't gotta
like
mention
other
everybody.
like people and other like different actors and actress inside the show, you know. So
I would like
it
to
make
watch
it,
that
like,
in
really,
Kai.
really cool. It's called Basketball.
What's that guy named? Mr. Garrison.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like through the movie they're talking, it just like sound like South Park,
So I gotta check
like
that out.
in human form. It's called Basketball. Literally, I didn't say it wrong. It's
You know
called
what?
Basketball.
I love South Park. People's like, that's gonna fuck you up. I'm like, man, fuck that. I have fun watching South Park. They cuss, but that shit was fried.
Yeah.
I ain't got in
It's a
trouble
funny
watching
fry.
South Park.
Like, one time for Christmas, I got like 5 seasons, and I watched them all in like 3 days.
Are you serious?
God
Back to
damn,
back.
you was binging.
I was binge watching, you dig? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Lavish Journey podcast. We got my brother Freedom over here.
What up, y'all? How you living? How you feeling? It's another day in the wood.
Hey, I like that. That's pretty smooth. We got hella special guests on here. We got our sister Chantel over here. Hey.
Ooh, that's my dog. That's my dog.
Ew.
We got our brother Devontae over here. Hey.
Okay.
We got
Always a
2 new
pleasure.
guests on here as well. We got the homie Jay. Actually, she came on here for an interview before, but this is her first time on the weekly show.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
We got our brother Weave over here.
With the weed man, we got the weed man special.
Weed, no Dot Entertainment.
For
brother.
sure. And shout out to our sister Nyla out there.
Hey, on the back
She be warming
burners.
up that couch.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. Take over, my brother. Go ahead, my brother.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yep.
The word of the day, y'all, is progress. How have you seen yourself progress within this last year of 2020? I know it's been a time of ups and downs. Society has been fluctuating. Lives have been fluctuating. But how do you see yourself within this time progressing?
Anyone?
I mean, lately I've just been trusting my intuition more.
Yes.
You know, seeing things not for face value, but like as soon as you feel or see it, like believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, once I trust that a whole lot more, like it makes things a lot more smoother, a lot calmer.
Like that phone.
Yeah. Hush up.
Does it feel good to feel calm, though? And, like, make decisions and everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does.
Especially
It gives
once
you,
that's best for you.
right. It gives you a sense of confidence.
Mm-hmm.
A different type of confidence.
You know what? That's fucking awesome. Keep doing that shit, yeah.
Listen
Hey,
to
hey.
the intuition. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's going to guide you to the road to success. You
Yeah.
feel me? Listening to your gut. I'm reading this book. It's called Psychic Intelligence. And they it talks about how a woman's intuition was glorified back in the day. You know, like people would go to women just to get their knowledge or just get their perspective of something. But now, you know, it's tainted. You know, it's not really like a go-to now.
Right.
But woman's intuition will guide you where you need to go.
For sure.
Yeah.
Word.
Felt it.
Women are the best creatures.
I ain't gonna lie, they is.
Yeah. Black
We
women.
reproduce life. So yeah, I would say that's
Y'all gods.
yeah.
Black women.
Everybody was a
Except
woman at
black
one
women.
point.
Yes. We'll say black women.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said everybody's a woman and one
Yes.
All women,
Power
not
to
just
the
black
queen.
women.
Power to the queen.
We die for y'all.
We
Yes,
take
ma'am.
we all take that back. All women.
In the womb, everybody's a woman until it grows out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Go ahead.
Technically.
I don't know too deep into that.
But you
but-
said-
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
well, what it is
Oh, he knows.
it comes from when the fetus develops, it develops with nothing. It's either the ovaries turn into testicles or they turn into ovaries, and then it's either the clitoris turns into a penis or it stays a clitoris. So that's how it goes.
How did y'all find that out?
And another message from the God.
Somewhere, sometime.
And
You heard it.
Science.
I soak in everything.
Trust.
I can
I mean, if I were to answer that question, I would say I've been working on. Wait, what?
You missed the joke.
Oh, yeah, I was outside the loop.
Out. Like I can't.
I moved on. Wait.
Not to do.
No, if I were to answer that question, I would say I've been working on like personal development more so. So just
Yes.
being able to make the right decision for myself
my brother.
beyond my impulse or whatever. I feel you on that.
Yes.
Beyond my impulse or, you know what I mean, whatever happens, you know what I mean? Like, I want it to go for my benefit, you know what I mean? And if you can't control yourself, you know what I mean, in a situation like if you shouldn't be talking to somebody or you should be talking to somebody, or you should be doing something and you're not doing it, if you should be lazy, or how do you handle yourself in a real life situation? Because that's what I feel like our culture is missing. Just because, not that nobody's parents taught it to them, it's just that that's our lifestyle with the internet and everything. So it's like I want to stop spreading myself so thin and be able to take all of my energy and focus it down into one point and work that, finish it up, move on, work that, finish it up, move on, work. And that's when you start to become a high productivity person and you can get some shit done. But like, as long as you stay, you know what I mean, looking at all the different things going on in your head, you have no self-control, bro. Like, so you could be 30 years old and be 15.
Yes.
You know, I know plenty of people.
Church.
So I'm like just trying not to be that. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
I
awesome.
understand.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Shout out to your growth.
Yeah. Thank you.
Keep it going.
Like as far as like my progress, are we still on that?
Yeah.
My progress this year has been very hectic. I don't really see like my progress like really going like for what I actually want lately. If I can actually like admit that right now.
Yeah,
Be real.
Be real.
I feel like it can get better. I feel like I need to be like a little bit more motivated because like quarantine and everything has kind of like made me feel like I'm not as motivated because I'm more so like what do they call it? More like a hands-on like learner. So I like to be hands-on with my fans. Like I like to get out and do shows and pass out flyers and talk to people and be like, hey, you know, my name's Jay. You know, I like to do this. Do
Show them that you're real.
Yeah, like be like organic opposed to like being at home like in a box. It's very depressing. So like, but overall though, I'm trying to get back to it since like Cleveland decided to like open up out of the blue. So I've been trying to like really get out there now and like, yeah, like get back to like, not to say like my roots, but like my roots of like what I know, like as far as like how my career works. So it's been really hectic, but my progress has been like really starting to speed up a little bit more for my career. So,
And it's going to continue. Especially since, you know, this is only a little spell of being inside. So now you can step out, you know, get on the porch, start rapping to the birds. You feel me? It might be a gopher running around.
Yeah, because like being an artist, like being able to not like go to the studio and make like, not to say it, but like our money, like to do our thing that we don't normally do. Like I don't work a 9 to 5. No, I don't work. So it's just like I this is what I do to feed my 6-year-old daughter. So it's like to not get out and be able to continue my progress. You feel me? And then be able to report back to myself and say, hey, I've accomplished this. It's just like, it's not as satisfying as it like it normally be on a regular basis. So Yeah.
This is your time to cultivate something new. So then when you do step out, you can have like, even if it's a new type of platform or new type of image or goal, you know, because people be waiting on you. You know, everybody's waiting for the artist to come out during this time to see what you got. So best believe once you step out, once shit open up, you gonna hit quick because people been thirsty to hear, you know, from Jay again.
Yes,
so,
they have.
Yeah. So, you know, keep your mind high, you know, keep your chin up because you're going in the right direction. Yeah.
It's on you, brother.
Oh, he getting that drove. He getting that.
You getting the who's or what's?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
As goes progression in last year, I think I've worked more on accepting people.
Accepting people.
Yes, accepting people from different walks of life, not expecting everybody to be a part of what I'm a part of, or you know, because if I expect you to be a part of what I'm a part of, then you might expect me to be a part of what you're a part of, and I might not want to do that. You might not want to do that, and if I look upon you some sort of way, then we're gonna have a clash. We're gonna have problems, and so I guess respecting other people as well, respecting other people and what they do and who they are in their walks of life. Everybody's the same. You just live different.
So what if I'm a hothead, you feel me, and this nigga just stepped on my brand new J's, you feel me? I just paid $185 out the door. How do I accept that he stepped on them without spazzing out? What would your suggestion be for me to calm down and be like, you know what, it's okay?
Well, you know, I'm a real nigga at the end of the day, so I'm gonna answer that in a real nigga response. Look, if you step on my kicks, B, and you know you stepped on my motherfucking kicks, you better apologize. You better be like, yo, my fault, homie. I ain't mean to do you like that. But if you gonna disrespect me, then I'm gonna disrespect you.
Yeah,
that's it. Show me what you want me to show you. Other than that, not about to play me like no pussy, boy.
Mutual.
I felt like you wanted to tell somebody that message personally. There's a lot of passion behind that.
No, man, because, you know, people, like I said, man, I be trying to accept people and how they think. So in my past, everybody be mad at me about how I respond to people and how I come at them. But it's like, you know, I just been trying to keep my mouth closed. And
Don't keep your mouth closed.
I was just, don't.
Fuck that. Say what you gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways of communicating, but like at least still speak your mind. You know what I'm saying? I just
feel like everybody adults, man. I just feel like no matter, like, as I've had to accept everybody and what they do, I feel like everybody should accept me and what I do and who I am. But it's a lot of people around me who don't accept who I am. Like, they'll tell me, oh, well, I think you should do this, or I think you should do that.
Why?
The fuck? Yeah. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't give a fuck what you want from me.
You
living your life. I'm gonna live mine too, brother.
Are they where you want to be in life? The people that get
Are
this
you
advice?
Past them?
Yeah, that's why I'm at. Yeah, that's why I'm asking pretty much. Are you past them or?
I could care less.
Oh, well, fuck it then. Who gives a shit?
And I was
you can get some good information from a bum.
Yeah,
I have before.
I could care less where the fuck you at. It's all about what you can teach me, what you can show me.
Yep.
And the main thing is breathing. Like I told my friend, because she's a hothead, you feel me? So I tell her breathe, you know, in them type of situations. That's the best thing that'll work for you besides your mouth going off. You feel me? Just breathe. Let that situation go. If it ticked you off, don't even think about it. Don't even replay the stupidity or whatever that happened. Just breathe, walk away. And like you said, accepting yourself is all we can do in life. You know, we can't force people to accept us, who we are. You know, that's impossible. It's always going to be somebody to find a flaw.
True.
So as long as you accept yourself, you know, you'll better progress within your life and just be authentic and genuine within your own being.
Sure. Yeah. Be you and fuck what they gotta say.
Yeah,
I'm a firm believer. Man, look, the more you get to know me, I don't give a fuck. You gotta be you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If they can't accept it, fuck them. Yeah. No, seriously. That's how I'm people. I'm really protective of my energy. If I'm around you and I can't be me and you can't accept me, fuck you. You know, sorry to be so, you know.
No, that's what Bernie Mac said. Bernie Mac said, fuck him.
It's sorry to use so much, you know, curse words, but it's real. Yeah. It's real.
That's a real thing.
And I mean, like, my mom and I, you know, have conversations here and there, and she and I were talking about how you communicate to someone that's not really hearing what you're saying. Like, for example, you know, when you're trying to somebody's asking you a question and they're real pressed to get an answer. I got it. You got to tell me. You got to tell me. Well, I don't really have the information that you need right now. But if you give me a second or some time to think about it, I'll get back to you on that. And then if I still got it, I'm going to start to repeat myself like over and over again. And eventually you're going to understand, like, I will give you an answer when I'm ready.
So people rush you pretty much for an answer is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
At all. For what?
Give me a few minutes to a few days to a few hours. All right, how long is long enough, though? Like, what's a good amount of time?
It's an emotional response.
You know. See, you know what? While we're on that subject, I just want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So if you had a man, right, and you needed an answer out of him,
Good example.
would you expect an answer out of a grown man who you needs to think about something? Would you expect it out of him right then and there, or would you give him some time?
I would give.
And how long is too much time?
Oh, that's a good question.
Is that for the both of us?
Yeah, no, that's for the women in the room.
The
That's for you too. You in the background,
matters.
you got some say so. You know,
That is a good question.
that's for the women in the room. That's just for the women in the room.
Personally,
What the
for
freak?
me,
This went.
They don't like that.
I mean,
freak.
I'll just be honest. Like, personally, for me, if I'm asking you a question, like if I'm in a relationship and I'm asking you a question, like, babe, like, what do you think about this? And he's like, well, I don't really know right now. And I'm like, all right. I'm learning because I can be impatient sometimes. So just like let the man live. He gonna answer when he's ready. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Because that pushes them away.
For sure.
You know, when you're like, babe, I need, and he like, this girl don't get off my neck.
Like, girl, I'm trying to chill.
Right,
Your
let me
ass
live. Right. You know. And then how long is too long? I mean, I guess over time, like I would be like, okay, did you think about the answer yet? You know. And just see like what his response would be. Personally, for me.
See,
That's
look,
what you say
see,
now.
That's not even like I'm not even trying to sugarcoat.
We're kind of stubborn creatures, so I actually need to know how long is too long. Like I need to know.
Oh Lord.
Like
days. A day.
Oh, a day.
A day.
Oh, that's pressure. You're tripping. That's pressure.
What you want? 2 days?
Because I might have to holler at my man.
Okay.
No, but look,
I need 3 minutes.
Like depending on the question, I might need to holler at my man, and he might need to holler at his man's. And then what if I don't gotta do that, then I might gotta wait for this to come in, or I gotta wait for this person to come in. Man, we having all different
avenues. You asking?
Shit. And when you know a lot of folks, and you know a lot of folks that do a lot of shit.
But everybody don't need to be in your business though.
Shit, you got me fact up. I'm gonna get it, baby. You tripping?
You said I need my answer immediately.
But the question greatly matters in this situation. Is this a question about you guys' relationship if you're dating somebody, or is it a general question? So if
there's two different types.
If I would have asked my girl something like, like a general question, like, do you like strawberries? And she's like, I don't know if I like strawberries. Let me get back to you. I'll be like, okay, I'll come back 2 weeks later. Did you ever? And it won't matter. But if this has to do with, were you at home yesterday?
And you taking long.
I gotta come back to you on that.
No, something's wrong.
You're gonna be like, wait, I need that answer now.
That's
right. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be like, wait, but I have to think.
I just said that.
Are you gonna let them think?
No, I want to answer.
It's called a 3-second rule. Like picking your food up really fast.
Oh no! See, if you can't answer that,
answer right then
if you can't answer those questions, something wrong, man.
What's
You
going
can't
on.
answer those certain questions.
Why do you want to answer it later?
Yeah.
You got to be quick on your toes, especially
Later
if you getting busy. You better be quick on your toes.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what I was talking about.
Right.
I'm about lost. I was over here on social media real quick.
Oh my.
Basically, what we're saying is that 3 seconds is enough.
3 seconds.
And it depends on the question.
That was your 3.
If you ask me about strawberries,
3
you can wait
seconds
on
is
that.
enough.
What if 3 seconds ain't? What if I've been through a lot today? You know what I'm saying? I might have.
Doesn't matter. Answer my question. I plead the fifth.
So how
Am I
long?
speaking
I gotta
into my
rerun
lawyer
through a
gets
lot of film work before I can give you your answer.
It do take people some amount of time to really think about something though. Like me, I'm quick with the answers, but some people, we talk about the same shit. What are we talking about?
He had
But
asked
no,
the question.
I know some people, they really do have to you gotta give them a few minutes because their mind is not as quick.
They
They
gotta
probably
Emotional
process it. They gotta
response.
process
Yeah,
it.
emotional response.
I had an ex who had a really bad time with emotional responses,
Yeah,
like we
yeah.
just said. So if I were to ask her something like, "Why you just do that?" and I said it like that, she would be like,
bitch. Oh.
And I'm like, whoa, I really meant no harm. And she's like, you're always yelling at me. And I'm just like, wait.
That is what they make running shoes for, bro.
Wait, I'm not. But in that time, okay, but I mean, I cared about that girl. So in that time, I'm like,
expensive.
I'm like, I don't mean to come aggressively. So you got to try and meet people on their level. So if you're going to ask a question, you have to find a way per individual to ask the question that would make them respond in the quickest manner, because I can push my answer further back by how I ask it. Mm-hmm. So if it's a simple question like, hey, so were you with your mom yesterday? Mm-hmm. Your girl's probably gonna be like, oh yeah,
That's
not even thinking about it. But if you were, so where was you at yesterday?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? You change your whole where you're coming from with it. Now the person's going, I might need an hour to figure out what, you know what I mean? Because they know.
Yeah.
Right.
Anytime somebody's withholding an answer, they had their answer 1 millisecond after you asked. Mm-hmm. But the longer it takes, the more they're fabricating things on top.
They gotta construct it. Like,
they got the
right,
drop on your bitch ass.
Real.
I feel like you definitely have to construct a lie. That's why it's very hard to lie itself. Because you have to add lies on top of lies.
You gotta remember those lies too. You gotta remember that shit.
That's very hard.
I'm listening, y'all. You gotta remember
I
that
ain't saying
shit.
shit.
I used to do that. You gotta remember that shit too.
Did I just like do something just
No.
done.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Were you talking about lies?
Yeah, about lies. Because I was saying, like, to construct a lie, it, like, takes a lot.
Oh, it
just
does.
to, like,
It does.
be able to get in the mindset of figuring out how to lie about a certain thing is just like a... Yeah.
Take
It's a lot of
It's
energy.
very... That's...
Did you know to formulate a lie, you have to not only, when you tell the truth, it comes through one neural pathway in your brain, but to
Which is
formulate a
energy.
lie, you have to validate that lie off of everything that has ever happened or
Yes.
you've ever said in the past. So you have to see,
allocate
has this
that
person
lie.
talked to people that might know this lie? Has this person, how long has this person known you? So your brain is connecting
give
all
a fuck.
types of
And you know
stuff.
what that is, my friend? That's a lot of energy
I don't
that
give
you're
a fuck if that
forcing
nigga
out
knows.
into something
Yeah,
that is
bitch, I
so
did what I
unnecessary.
did.
Yeah.
But
You
then
gonna
you
leave, but live with it.
But then it's like
Talk
that's a lot. Yeah, you was right. That's just too much energy to be forcing
Yeah,
out.
if you gotta ask
To
hella
force too
niggas.
much energy out
Yeah.
depletes yourself as a being. That's
Right.
why they say self-care, like stuff like that. Like that stuff actually matters.
How do you practice self-care?
I practice self-care by worrying about myself. I'm a Buddhist, so I chant
okay.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Okay.
and I sit by myself and I smoke my weed,
I feel
like,
you.
and I think about all the things positive I can do and all the things negative I can say.
So, a question about when you became Buddhist. How long ago was that, and what got you to do that transition?
It's been 7 months now.
Okay.
And what made me transition is because I feel like I needed some type of something to believe in.
Right.
Like I always believed in myself, and then by me becoming a Buddhist, I feel like it made me believe in myself and me more.
I love that.
So it's just like I don't really have to believe in like a higher power, like a not like a normal person. Well, I can say normal because I want to make y'all seem
No,
creepy.
be real. Be real. No, go ahead.
I'll just no. He said, "Ding." Cancel
what
that
you-
part
go
out.
for it.
But it's just more so like I consider like myself like not like a Christian, because like even like if you're a Christian, people don't understand about Buddhists. Like you can be a Buddhist and still meditate. Like it's not really like a thing. It's like when you hear a Christian, you hear religion. When you hear a Buddhist, you hear religion, but that's wrong. It's a spiritual thing.
It's teachings. 'Cause
Yeah, like,
I read a little
like-
bit about Buddhists.
Yeah, like I carry. That's crazy. I was just about to talk about mom. Like I carry crystals. I give my mom crystals.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
what we do. Yeah.
I have
okay.
protection. I have protection stones with me. I actually got spiritually healed. I believe in medicine not doing anything to the body. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just everything about it is just like, I think Buddhism is just like a great thing.
That's awesome.
Like it's a really great thing. Like as much things that like I've actually seen, and I know you hear like Buddhism and you hear like Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. First thing that pops in your head is what's love got to do with it? Just because you've seen it on the movie with Tina Turner, I know it's funny.
I did that.
I know it's funny, but it's just like
That did not.
I'm actually like
did.
a prime example of
I
like
might not have been paying attention.
Tina Turner type of thing. Like
Yeah.
it really works. Like, and I be trying to encourage all of my friends. Like, I'm gonna probably encourage all of y'all that Buddhism is a really good thing. Like I can be going, like I just lost my auntie just recently. I chanted and it's okay. I'm not tripping because for some reason I went to sleep after I chanted and I got 101 that popped up in my dream. It said how much money I had in my account was 101. And I looked it up on Google. Shout out to Google. And it said it was an angel number. So my aunt connected with me like through like my sleep. So it's just like it's a real thing. Like, but I'm trying to like spread it around to like my friends and see like if they'll, you know, like my nigga Weed, see one of my gods would probably like hop on like the bandwagon and see like what I got going on, because it's a real thing. Like you see how famous Tina Turner is, you don't think it really worked? Think about it.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm happy for you though. I'm
it
glad
works.
You're on a good path. That's dope.
It works.
Can I ask you a question?
Try it.
That's dope though.
Can I
That's
ask you a
so
question?
dope.
What's up, man?
Did you introduce Buddhism to Triz, or Triz introduced it to you?
Trizzy has never for him to ask that question, Trizzy's my producer.
Okay.
He's actually, shout out to Triz. He's never actually introduced me to Buddhism. I opened up Buddhism to all of my friends.
For sure.
And I really encourage it, you guys. Like, I really do. Like, it's amazing. My grandmother, she's, I don't know how old she is, and I don't want to, like, discredit her, but she looks like she's, like, my age. Let's just say that. She's a yoga instructor from
Like,
LA.
don't Chris,
And she's been a Buddhist for the past 15 years.
Oh, okay.
And she's amazing. Like, her skin is like...
She ain't got no stress.
None. She's like, I want that when I'm like
Yeah.
70 or whatever. I'm sorry, grandma. But it's like, I don't know how old
Shout out
she
to
is,
grandma.
but it read.
Sure.
I feel
I
like
love
Buddhism. I did a little bit of studying on Buddhism, but I'm personally not a Buddhist, but I think it's a great teaching to follow if you're into personal development necessarily, because it doesn't necessarily teach that there is a higher God, or yes, it does. It teaches that they're higher beings, but it doesn't teach that you should follow any specific directions more so than becoming more enlightened within yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm generalizing it horribly, but what I mean is like that's kind of where it's coming from. You know what I mean? And I think that anybody in our society in the U.S. could benefit from meditation.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just simply because people do not realize how dangerous their phone is
Yeah.
and how our just brains work versus how our actual life needs to be led. Like our actual life needs to be led. So if your phone is constantly notifying you and your TV is constantly notifying you and you're going places and you're looking at ads and then you go in the store and you get in the car and everything, you're constantly bombarded by different things. You know what I mean? So I feel like meditation teaches you to shut your mind about thinking about these things even though they're coming in and through. So if you could bring that down, that's where they call it, the Buddhist teaching has the monkey mind. The monkey mind is what's jumping from thing to thing. Like if I'm sitting here, the monkey mind's going to be like, oh my God, my foot hurts. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my God, I think I'm thirsty. You know, maybe I should hit the vape. You know, it's going to be so many.
All over the place.
That's the monkey mind. It's all over the place. It's constantly worrying you, making you feel conscious about yourself. And it makes you self-conscious so that you can't be experiencing what's actually happening to you, which is what we call awkward again. So if the less awkward a person is, the more comfortable with themselves they are, which means they have a better meditative state than you naturally. Or not you, but anybody in that situation who's looking onto it.
Yeah.
Cause no lie,
said.
the actual like prayer that goes along with like just saying Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho, like over and over.
But what is that doing?
It's more so like putting you in a state of mind of relaxation.
But what it's doing is it's training your mind to focus.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like it makes you focus on, because like we have a Gohanzen, so it actually has a scripture inside of it that's like considered your mirror. We consider that our reflection that we balance ourselves off of, and we play off of that.
But the way the mind works is what you basically, you can use the old term, what you watch is what you are.
Yeah.
Or what you concerned about is what you are, is what that's saying. So if you could spend an hour or 2 hours or 15 minutes every day just thinking about what you want to be, which is your mirror there, like you describe it, then your brain is going to take that in, even in sleep and REM sleep and all these different stages throughout the day. Your body changes cycles, and it's wrapping these things in cords, neurons wrap like wires. So the more you think about it, the more wires are thrown, and the more wrap in between each. and that's going to become more solid in your head. So if you
We have meetings every
what?
Sunday. It's just like, oh my God, look, Grandma, I did it. Right? It's just like, oh my God,
I'm not
yes,
even
like,
a Buddhist. I'm just
please,
saying.
like, come to like a meeting, like, cause you just seem like you are like really like. Yeah, like he's. It's not woke as they keep saying. It's more so like you just want to be at peace with yourself, and you just believe like violence is not like a thing. Like it's not positive. Like we don't want to be like positive.
But the
Whoop
way
your motherfucking ass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, whooping ass is still cool. I mean,
hate to ruin
but
it.
it's
like,
just
let me
like
ruin the piece real quick.
We don't want to like talk about it.
That ass.
Duality. Duality at its finest.
Yes, man. You can't have bad without good, brother.
Oh, that's
You
very
can't
I
have
appreciate
good without
that.
bad.
Because you wouldn't know what good was without the bad.
No, I don't respect them,
Listen.
man.
Yeah, for real.
As Freedom said, your shadow side.
Yeah, you gotta embrace that. You gotta embrace.
You're
those
right
aspects.
about that, though.
Yeah. You can't be who you are without embracing the quote unquote negative aspects.
Why do they call it negative, you think, though? Like, what's the real meaning?
Because you
It's
don't like
more
it.
so
You don't like
unwanted.
it. Yeah,
It's
you don't
because
like
it's
it.
because of the Bible.
It's unwanted.
Yeah.
What is
The Bible.
What does the
Yes.
Bible have to do with
That's
being
what
negative?
I was wondering. Like, I-
Just like- okay.
Because most people, a lot of people read the Bible, and do we know what comes at the beginning of the Bible? Because the Bible starts off with peacefulness and then immediately turns to negativity.
How is it turning negativity?
Because it turns into, hey, which makes us dread the woman while you're defending it, which it sounds like you might be. But what did Eve do? What did they make our women do?
Nobody made her do anything.
Satan made her. He tempted her to eat of the fruit. No one knows what fruit. Nobody knows what fruit is because they just said the fruit. So no one knows what fruit it was. But she ate of the fruit and then she took it to the man, right? And he ate from it, and then they were thrown from the Garden of Eden,
Okay.
right? So when we think of the women as coming up from learning the Bible subconsciously, I think of you as a woman who's going to make me be thrown out of the Garden of Eden.
Well, I feel like that's a negative mindset to have. Because I mean,
Where
if
did I
you-
just tell you it was created from?
No. Let me finish. Because like if
For
you
sure.
sit there and you read the Bible, like you understand that
Mhm.
Eve was introduced to sin,
Mhm.
and we have the power to all of us, whether you believe the Bible or not, like
For sure.
you have the power to say, oh, I'm not going to do something bad, or I am going to do something bad.
What is wrong?
Before you sit there and make that decision, you think, this is either going to F me up or I'm not going to do it.
And you know what? I respect that. But here's the kicker. Are you perfect?
I never said I was.
She was.
Okay.
Eve. Okay, so Adam and Eve, in a sense,
Are you smarter than a perfect person then? Because she wasn't smarter than you. Because if you can sit there and say that to me, then that means a perfect person could have said that
But
to Adam.
who said
Come
she
on.
was perfect though?
no,
The Bible.
Adam and Eve were
Adam
not
and Eve were perfect until they sinned. Until they were introduced to what is good and what is bad. Until the knowledge of what was good and what was bad was bestowed upon them by Satan because they ate from the fruit, which from the tree of the knowledge of good and bad. Until then, they had no idea what was good and what was bad. And then they started to clothe themselves. They started to cover up their private parts.
But I feel like God Himself would have intended for Satan to
course.
fear them because
If-
look, God is
God real?
No,
the Bible has an author, everyone. Please don't unfollow me. The Bible has an author, everyone.
All right, well,
Just to throw that out there.
God is real.
I'm not gonna be
we'll
the
keep
one
it
to
pushing.
say it, but it was.
We'll keep
You
it
guys
pushing
are on the
because-
God subject, and I
That's
have
all
a
I'm saying.
a star on my
See
jacket.
how we were just calmly talking about this?
Right.
This is how wars are started.
no, okay.
Oh, we
This
about
is
to start a
No,
war?
not us. But if say if this was a table full of people who had say so in the world and they were discussing religion.
Making the man hit the vape. Lord have mercy.
It's-
All right, go ahead.
If
Sorry.
this was a table full of people who had say so in the world, you're from a country, he's from a country, she's from a country, I'm from a country, and we discuss religion, but we have two totally different perceptions of religion.
Okay.
And you tell me yours, and I tell you mine, and we figure out it's either going to be yours or it's going to be mine.
Or we could agree to disagree.
I'm about to say, well, yeah, see, I think
When
that's
has that
a
ever
mindset.
Can we please touch on this subject?
I think that's a mindset though, because I live life agree to disagree though. What?
But if you
Shout out to the couch.
Like let's pay homage to those folks that some people will blow themselves up about the religion. So
That,
Yeah, I was to say I've
I ain't
always
doing that.
had this conversation.
there's
with a
no
lot of
agree to
attacks
disagree
from
when a
lot of
motherfucker blow
Christians,
himself to
so-
bits about
Okay.
this
but
shit.
like that's my thing. Like that's my take on me being a Christian. I come from a place of
Wow.
relationship. I don't
No,
come
it's
from
not
religion.
offense. It's not offensive. I just said,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
said wow. Like,
yeah, I don't come from a place of like religion because I feel like that's rule by rule by rule. By you got to do this. By it has to be this way.
Yeah.
And I used to be like that, and it produces nothing but negativity.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Stress, turmoil. You don't get anything from that. And so once I actually had my quiet time and I took the time to meditate and I took the time to understand like my place and, you know, where God has me, like I understood that it's not my job to condemn people. It's not my job to judge people. It's his. So it took a lot of stress off me and it allowed me to, you know, love people and reach people on a different level and to come from a place of understanding versus a place of offense.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
That just like came across my mind.
Yeah.
And like I said, I go through this all the time when I'm talking to someone about the subject. Everything that you just said, you don't feel like you could have felt that without knowing that you read the Bible.
I'm sorry, what?
All the things that you just said, as far as feeling like it's not in your hands, but you don't have to take care of it. Don't you feel like you could have did that yourself without reading the Bible and someone teaching you this knowledge?
Personally, I don't, but that's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Someone else may not believe that because I've learned in, you know, my life, when I try to put it in my hands, I mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
people may not agree with that, but that's what I've learned, you know?
Yeah, shit, hell yeah.
So
I grew up Christian, you know what I mean? I still, you know, when it comes to religion, I don't get twisted into it no more. I just believe, you know. I have high spirits and I have good vibes, and that's all I need. That's all I need, you know. I mean, of course, on some spiritual stuff, I have felt a connection. I speak to God through dreams and everything, and even through people, believe it or not.
Okay.
You ever
Right.
like pray or something?
I think
for it.
religion in a sense is something that is necessary for the afterlife, because right now I can describe to you why anything that happens to you happens to you. I can describe to you why it happened to you. I can probably tell you the probability of why it happened to you. But the thing is, what we cannot describe here on earth and we never will be able to describe is the extended reality in which we're being shadowed from. You get what I mean?
my
Because
God, he about to
me and myself, I'm looking outside of my eyes right here, and that's the only view I can have. Orange is a representation of a wavelength.
Hey,
There is no such thing as color. This is just what our brains put on things so that we can label it. It's basically like when you tag something desk, it becomes a desk. That was wood before you did that. Then when you tagged it, it became a desk. So colors do that to objects. You know what I mean? So that we can better file them and use them as necessary. You know. So if that be the case, I can only see from this point of view. So if I die, what we see when people die is we see
heaven and hell.
the life just go from their eyes. Nobody, we've weighed them, we've held them on tables when people die, and then see if we can see the gram move at the millionth of a gram, and we've done everything we can, and there's no possible way, so far as we know, that human beings could perceive what happens when we die.
Thank you.
So an atheist would believe that that's the end of function. So somebody like
how does that make you atheist? Please explain that.
No,
an atheist. Okay, so atheist is somebody who doesn't
Like, oh my
believe
God,
in a
you
higher
see your
power.
face is just
no,
like
I was laughing at text
like,
message.
oh, I'm gonna say, oh my God, it's just like how does that make you
does it-
atheist?
what does an
'Cause I've been
atheist
called
believe
that.
in?
No, what
Like,
does
what does
that
an
say?
atheist actually believe in? They don't
An
have to believe in
atheist
God.
doesn't believe in God. They believe in no higher power. So what it means is the way energy works, the way light reacts with different objects, the way everything is what it is. That's what it is. If you can't perceive it here, then there's no proof for it. Therefore, it doesn't exist. So if they can, we can prove the Big Bang. Like we have literal pictures. You can look at the microwave radiation of the observable universe. So this is what these people say. Oh, I believe in that because I can see it. That's an atheist. So an agnostic person is somebody that believes in a God, but they can't necessarily say they define it.
But yeah, something they can't see.
So they're like, I don't know. It could be the Christian God. It could be Buddha. It could be, you know what I mean, whoever or anybody.
Some type of power,
But they
higher
believe that
being.
something is up there controlling the strings, but they just can't put their finger on it, so they're not going to follow any specific
which means
teaching.
to me, it doesn't exist because it's what you thought. It's what he thought. It's what she thought. Fuck what you thought. Because what you thought don't have anything to do with my motherfucking life. Because me and you can live every single day together right fucking now. But I guarantee you, me and your life will be completely fucking different. I guarantee you, I can walk in the house and me, you can smoke a blunt, sit on the couch.
So you're saying it doesn't change reality, so
no,
it doesn't
nothing
matter.
changes.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
so what
religion in itself.
Because if you don't get up,
religion in itself is
who's
not
going to do anything for you?
It's not
a grown man.
Yeah. But if religion in itself is not for right now,
what does God do for you?
It's for after you die.
That's what I want to understand. Is what it does for you.
Me, it gives me up. It gives me energy, honestly.
Or do you get up and get?
But there's no reason for Jesus beyond the death, the burial, and the resurrection.
You're gonna put it in both because you want to be the person that, oh yeah, I believe in God. Yeah. So I'm gonna say it's both. But in actuality, your ass gonna wake up whether you believe in God or not. Because I don't believe in God, and I woke up like you this morning, brother.
I feel it, man.
So
that's what we talking about, God.
So at
you
the end of the
left
day,
the room talking about.
I didn't know y'all went on.
I thought we were gonna change, but you know.
Okay, so
what?
Yeah. Next
I just
subject.
know God wakes me up in the morning. He motivates me.
I get woke up by
Yeah,
something.
Everybody
different though. You
and
know what I mean?
everybody say that because they want him to hear you say it. So
My
they want you to.
I'm not intimidated like that.
I'm not intimidated to say I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Because what's gonna happen to me?
And the ringing sensation
I live just
of
like you.
Instagram notifications.
You live just like me. We're all intelligent human beings
But
in this
something
room.
sweeting me up. Don't open up these eyes though, so I can agree.
You intelligent.
But-
You're a beautiful woman. You're intelligent. So
I know.
you waking
I
up
know.
every
I know.
day
I
like
know.
everybody else. So one day
I
when you
know.
wake up, it's
We'll
God
talk.
that don't wake you up.
I know.
Or did you just die?
I know.
What did you just ask me?
All right. So one day, let's say in the future, you know,
Question of the day.
in the future, question of the day.
What was the question of the day?
You about to
Listen.
do it
I'm
now.
about to give you the question
Go
of the
for it.
day.
We listening,
The
bro.
question of the day is, so if you wake up every day and you say God woke me up, then the day that you don't wake up, you mean God said don't wake up?
You just answered yourself in asking the question.
Oh,
says
I understand
fact.
what you're saying. No, you are stating facts. I understand what you're saying,
that's
but
how she feels.
can you explain it to me?
It's no way to even explain that.
Because
it's like vague. It's like.
But like what he said, like you can't explain it because you won't be able to be here to explain it to folks.
Yeah,
I mean, I could come to you in a dream. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
So-
if that God want me to do that.
No.
But you know, like I like that's what
kinda
I had a
fictional
conversation
to
with my
come to you in a
ex.
dream.
Afterlife.
And like, you know, I had a conversation with my ex and he was just asking me like certain questions about Christianity and like, you know, take this how you will. But I'm not God. I don't have all the answers for you. I'm learning like you are. And I feel like that's what a lot of people have to understand about Christians is that we don't have all the answers. I don't want all the answers. Okay? I don't want all that responsibility. I got other things I have to figure out and other things that I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have all the answers for you. I'm not going to come up to you and say, I know better than you because I'm a Christian and I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it's supposed to be. And I feel like a lot of people that walk around with the Christian label have done that. And so it's made a lot of people bitter. You know what I'm saying? And resentful toward the word Christian.
Good word.
You know what I'm saying?
So with lack of understanding, there's no purpose. So if you're somebody who comes from zero Christianity, and I come up to you like, the Lord is your savior. You shall
See,
not
that's what
want.
I'm talking about.
You're gonna be like,
That's intimidating.
whoa,
Yeah,
and because you have zero understanding
Right.
of that. So
Right.
they don't understand. So people that come across with Christian beliefs like that, and they're like, you gonna burn if you don't.
See,
And
that's
that
stuff.
you have to. People have to have understanding. So it should be waned in. So the key to the situation is you're not trying to brainwash somebody
Right.
if you try to convert them into a religion, or
Right.
if you're not even
Whether it
trying
be
to convert them, even if you're
Christianity,
just
Buddhism,
sharing.
Islam.
So like the key to it is people don't know. The more comfortable a person is with their religion, the easier it would be for them to sit through somebody else's
Right.
perception of reality.
Right.
So if I am a weak Christian or I am a weak Buddhist or a weak Muslim, then you start coming at me with, you know what I mean, Scientology. And you're like, actually the way the world was created was this way. And I'm like, I don't really know. So I'm hurt. Oh, so you coming at me? Because now I am shaken because in my point of view, I'm not solid. When I went to search in my brain's history of the facts I know, I went to search and there was nothing there. So it put what you said there, and that angers. Do you get what I mean? So the goal is to become as solid in what you feel you understand, so that you can understand others' point of view and be able to communicate, which is something that the majority of people in our society don't see as necessary, because we have a PC culture now, which is about my point of view deserves its rights and nobody else's does. So,
and like that's where I was coming from. Like since I do spend time with God and I have my quiet time, like my spirit is calmer, so that I'm able to have conversations with other people that participate in other religions, Buddhism, Islam. Other religions, there might be others. Scientology, Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, I know somebody everything.
I have family.
I believe in just science.
Yeah, I have family that are witnesses, but like, I'm not coming from a place of judgment. Like that's what people need to understand. Like at all, I'm coming from a place of I'm learning about you, trying to get to know you more, with no ill intent. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be cool. I'm not trying to be combative. For what? For what?
Just because that's what you believe in.
Right. Like.
Yeah, this is my cousin, so we grew up together.
Yeah.
You feel me? On the church aspect. And I found my other way. You feel me? Everybody's journey is different. I do believe in the power of what you're giving it to. Because, like, if you pray to Jehovah God, you're giving an entity that power because you believe in it. If you believe in fear, if you have a fear of something, that fear is manifesting. It's becoming a reality. It's real. Even if you can't visibly see it, it's real in your mind, your eyes, and your dimension. So, is God real? I feel like God is just an overall name, but it's seen in many different aspects. Me, I don't see Jehovah. You feel me? I don't see God like that. I see God as a universal being. You feel me? Who's man and woman, the divine masculine, divine feminine. You feel me? Both. But just growing up with the Christian faith, I was heavy into that. I'm like, hell no, you can't tell me no different. But then going along my path, everybody evolves differently. Right. Just like how she finds faith and guidance and, her peace within religion. I'm not. I found mine with my spirituality, just meditating, just being outside of nature, giving back to the earth, you feel me, the sun. So I found my own God, in a sense. So.
But then, like, how offensive would it have been for me to be like, I don't know, what the heck, you and your rocks can kick it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, but that's the thing. We have to respect everybody's own path.
Right.
Why do I have to tell you,
don't
this
want
is
to
the way?
project the negative energy to a positive situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
because that's peaceful.
Fuck
for
you and rocks. And it's just like a dude.
Because
you
if
just
that
said they were cool.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Because who am I? You know what I'm saying? To do that to you. That's rude.
So that's for the religious people, because I think religion just has too much. Certain religious people try to force you into a way that I'm not ready to swim in.
That. That's the part that's kind of like something that like goes back to people saying like in the Bible they say like forcing a religion is kind of like like a little bit too stern. Like that is kind of like I feel like forceful in a way to force someone to want to like be in the same mindset as you, or have the same beliefs as you, to make you be just as encouraged and
that's what I was saying,
prideful and
I feel like the
stern
reason,
as them,
and judgmental. Like it's an extremely judgmental mindset.
That's the Europeans.
That's why I said, how do you guys feel about Jehovah's Witnesses? Because they actually knock on your door, no offense to anyone, and actually force religion. And some other religions
they
or
feel like that's their
beings
obligation
don't do that.
to you, though.
Right.
Yeah. But it's just like
it's taught.
You just never know.
That's their norm.
Religion
it's taught
is
because the Bible teaches it, so that's why they do it.
They follow the Watchtower though. So
no, they follow the Bible. The Watchtower is a means of learning.
But they have a different type of Bible.
Yeah, but
the Watchtower and the Awake are a means of learning, but they follow the Bible just like every other religion that follows a Bible. That's a Christian.
But look, that's what I'm getting into. The lack of knowledge and possible of the lack of the ability of humans in the past to retain knowledge that they had at one point and give it to the future is something that has always been damaged in history. We have many events of libraries of knowledge and information being burnt because somebody got mad at somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Or doesn't the Bible say it will stand the test of time and it will last forever exactly how it is?
Well, we don't have many books as old as the Bible.
What it says.
What I'm saying is, if we had more,
so
for any,
if you're gonna read it and understand it and learn it than live it.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I'm saying is,
So I mean,
But again, like the way that
saying,
you're,
like, people read it and you don't really live by it. You know.
Right.
no, but
I'm
that's
talking about
their
you're talking about
problem.
hypocrites, pretty
That's
much.
their problem
Right, thank you.
individually.
I'm talking about everybody.
But look, but
because everybody has their
what
flaws.
I'm saying is the way that religion gets skewed is because of the lack of clarity within the teaching, because of what I'm saying, the
No, I
time
understand what you're
dilation
saying.
on knowledge.
No, I understand.
One person can tell another person like another person. They taught us that back in elementary
Yes,
school.
it was called
when
telephone.
they came out with telephone.
Yes. it's
Okay.
called telephone.
You can tell one person one thing and they can misconstrue that and tell another teaching to that same person and it'd be a different thing.
Different
That's
message.
not what's going on.
But I don't
That's
think
why I
the
said
Bible
the thing
was
about the Bible, about it being an author like R.L. Stein. I have to touch bases on this. It's been like
Yes,
word
there were
vomit on my
authors.
brain.
There were authors.
They are authors. To write a book, you have to be a who? An author.
This comes
The
down.
book
What was it?
is
Some
considered a
44.
Bible.
What was it? Some 44 to be exact.
What do you mean?
44
authors.
books of the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But look,
Yes,
the-
different verses of the Bible at that.
History is not real.
okay, yeah, but
You can't really tell.
What
me
I'm
anything.
saying is
I
that
really actually
history
read the
in it-
Bible for like 10
No,
years
when we
straight.
talk about that one podcast, is history real?
but
I'm
history,
talking about as overall, not Bible as overall.
Like
No.
conspiracies.
No.
I feel like bits and
history
pieces
that
have
we
been
know
told.
isn't
Okay,
real.
so
I
history,
I don't feel like
we
all
know.
of it has been told.
history is
It's just
told
things
by the
20 years
wind.
There's
from
things
now.
definitely
Yeah.
missing.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
To where they make
Now,
one
yes.
thing.
Now that
to
is the
matter
truth.
Now we're
most.
friends.
No, that
That's
is
why
the
I'm like
truth.
to make that.
know.
That's what I
No,
used to do.
that is
Like
the
I'm
truth.
not gonna say used to do because that sounds very ignorant and very like discreditable. I used to praise dance. I used to be in the choir. My auntie that actually just passed away, she used to help with the choir as well. Like I was very like into like my church shit. Like
Right.
like for real. Like I even liked the little boy that was there and it was just like cool because he go to church. So it's
man
cool.
of
His name
God,
want to come
yeah.
on. You feel me? And it was just like it's music and that's what I do now. So it's
Right.
just like that was amazing. But it's just like I don't know. When I used to talk to my pastor, he used to kick real shit to me though, and be like, "You feel me? Like even though this is a Bible, you still gotta be an individual. You still gotta believe in
Yes.
what you believe in. You don't gotta always believe in what I'm saying to you."
Right.
Because he was like, "Sometimes I see y'all downstairs running around and playing, but y'all don't be listening to the word. Sometimes the word not for you." And I
Right.
realized the word wasn't for me. I gotta spiritually heal myself as myself.
And I mean, everybody's
So-
journey is different. You know what I'm saying? And that goes right back to like what I was saying. Like, it's not my job to judge you.
Yeah.
Your journey is different. His journey is different. His journey, and as well as his journey and Justin's and I's. Like,
Hi, Dave.
everybody's.
According to all religious teachings, it is absolutely your job to indoctrinate every near person to you.
Yes.
So
I agree
that's
with that.
every religion.
Not,
Except
I don't do
no, pretty much.
I-
But
yeah.
no. What I'm
Right,
saying
with
is,
the religion,
in a
yeah.
free world, the way we live it, these teachings are thousands of years old. So imagine a person from 1,000 years ago. One, not two. One. Let's imagine how communicating with that person would be like. They are not as intelligent as the dumbest person we could possibly find. Okay? So what that means is these things were put in place, these rules that we are looking to were put in place when a lot different a type of human being was on the planet. No, they were not as well kept. No, they were not as well put together. No, they were not as well organized. Even though we have so many negative things to say about this culture, we are very intelligent. So what that means is if you take a rule like stone this person or stone that person, that's if the people would already kill each other. They probably would. If nobody would stone this person if they were to act like this. If they didn't put those rules in place the way they did in that time, then it would not have worked correctly. Now, the books have not been reiterated or rewritten in any way, shape, or form in the past 1,000 years. What happens to them is over the times when they're translated through languages, information is lost through transmission. So the
That's
Bible would
considered
not
changed now,
normally,
right?
the Bible is not changed per se, but
if you
it's
take thy out
lost.
and put it, you feel me?
That's considered changed.
It might be minuscule.
But what if I
it's still
take
changing.
but what? Let me give you an example. So you know how our English Bible says giants. There were giants in the land.
Yeah.
Okay, so that comes from the Greek gigantes, which in the language before Hebrew is Nephilim, which is actually the translation. There is no word in Greek for that.
Basically.
That means fallen angel. So
Basically,
they
LeBron
weren't.
James.
They weren't giants.
Bruh.
But more so, they were fallen angels from the land in which that Jehovah dwells. Do you understand? So that's a translation loss. There are so many different stories in the Bible that could be described in better understanding to people with the understanding of where the translation went wrong. So
But
you have to be
So
able to
here's the
read
thing.
Hebrew.
So here's the thing. Check this out. If
I got something to
if
say.
everybody wasn't technologically advanced right now, right? Just how they wasn't then. Will LeBron James be a Nephilim?
Bruh, I'm teasing you.
No, seriously though.
All the
But seriously
NBA
though.
players would
But
be.
seriously though,
I
because
don't know about
that could have just been a big
basketball.
boy back then. That couldn't have been no fallen angel. That just could have been a big boy. And that's and to the white boys, they love niggas, man.
Yeah.
So that could have just been a big man to that white boy. You know what I'm saying? They could have just been a big nigga.
Big out here.
Yeah, he was just big. Man.
Put it
Get your
reverse,
bitch ass
Terry.
back.
Yeah, that nigga coming through tough.
You feel me though? But we come on, man. We grown as fuck, man. We see this. We see life every single day, man. Who's to say though? Like, come on, we see these big. I'm 6'3", brother. I grew up. 8th grade, I was 5'5". Went to 9th grade, I was 6'1".
Pew.
So, motherfuckers will shoot up like that, bruh. Niggas will just shoot up like that. My mama put me on punishment that whole goddamn summer. I was acting a fool in school. You know, I deserved it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I shot up in the house. I wasn't outside playing, none of that shit. I came outside. I was bigger than everybody out that bitch in the neighborhood. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I was just a little nigga. I'm bigger than everybody now. Like, who's to say that nigga just didn't have a growth spurt and he was just a big nigga? The fuck?
Because the Nephilim
big niggas don't exist no more.
The Nephilim described
fuck
in the
they just start
Bible
creating them.
had 2 layers of
The
teeth and
fuck
6
they just start
fingers.
making big niggas,
May I have
bro.
some of this?
The
May I have some of
Nephilim
this?
described in the Bible had red
May I
hair,
have this?
6 fingers, 2 lines of teeth, and were over 8 feet tall.
Sasquatch.
They were different.
Until I could go
Sasquatch.
back in time.
Who
and
know
see
they
these
That's
niggas.
those are the
My
Canaanites.
8 feet tall.
That's Nephilim.
I'm 8 feet
I
tall
don't know
to
what
an
the fuck
old
it
white
is.
woman. Listen to me, man. I was in the library one time. I'm in that bitch. You know how you can go to the library and get some DVDs and shit.
Yes, you better know.
Yeah, so I'm in the library. You know, I'm in South Euclid Library trying to get some DVDs. You know,
Yeah.
go home and watch.
South Euclid.
This is before Netflix and shit was popping. I'm in that bitch. I had a Adidas outfit on. This little ass old woman. She had to be about 5'2". Yeah, I'm 6'3". I was working out back
Excuse
then.
me, sir.
Yeah, she looked up. She said, "Oh my god." That's how she looked at me though. She was like, "Oh my god,
Oh shoot.
are you in the NBA?" She had a
Okay.
DVD in her hand. Look,
Just stage left, Karen.
her hand was shaking
Yo,
like.
we got a random comment on Facebook, and somebody said that's the power of choice. I think it's what you was talking about.
The power of choice, like as in,
I don't know. I just saw the comment.
Choice
Somebody
in
said
religion.
I don't remember what I was talking about.
that. I don't know. Somebody
Probably
said
make
that's the
choice in-
power of choice. So shout out to you, brother.
They would have to take me back, but I mean, the power of choice is great. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you can make a decision in 1 second that'll put you on the other side of the planet.
Word.
You know,
I got a question for you. I'm about to switch up everything. Does it matter if which one is more important to y'all between money or status? Which one's more? You got to pick one or two. Money or status? Yeah.
I care about
Money.
the stats because I want everybody in one setting knowing who I am.
I say money
I like when I'm out and people know who I am just by me being an underground rapper.
for sure.
I like it. I eat that shit up.
It feels
Status
I
as in
know.
reputation.
Which,
pretty much just
I
like-
guess
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
in itself. I'm like I would love status. I mean money
spend
like
some money and get some rep.
cool.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I take the money because obviously, if I got the money, I did something to get the fucking money.
Can't you use your
So I
status
got
to
the
make
stats.
money?
Boom.
I'm up here, baby.
That's a
You know what I'm
Use
saying?
my status to make money. My reputation
Yeah.
is
With
important.
Instagram.
Social media.
Huh?
Yeah.
Social media, you can blow up.
Yeah.
Just
Social
Yeah.
sites.
And then when you got
Instagram
that
model.
money, they gonna ask you, is it the stats or the money?
It was what?
It's a
It's,
stat.
It's still the
Yeah,
stats.
it's still-
I'm personally going for the status. I'm be real. For what
I'm
I'm
going for the
doing,
paper. I'm going for the end
because
result.
I know the money is there. Yeah.
Want the
you
end
feel me?
result.
Yeah.
You got to
We
find
need
that
that
passion.
moolah from the stats. We
I mean,
gotta
everybody
do it.
different.
Because you can
How
have
much
money and
money?
be a real jerk for
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Who wants some
That
money? You
make
got
a
the money and ain't nobody
If
gonna
you
fucking
saying
know
10
you.
bands and you
Right.
saying my status
the
is up
point?
there,
I ain't
fuck
thinking
that
about
10
You
that.
sitting there
bands, boy.
dancing
I'm
in the
about to
pool
get
by
on-
yourself.
I'm about to
He
be
said
slinging
this
dick
nigga
on
corny as
Pornhub
hell.
and
Pussy.
getting hella bang. Come on.
I don't even
My
know
God.
this nigga.
It just depends.
I
How
do
much
not
money we
condone
talking?
that. I'm his cousin.
I
I
don't
do
know
not
how
condone
much
that.
money. I don't know.
Yeah, it just depends.
You like stats?
Hey,
I
they
didn't
say
hear your
hey,
answer. You want
they
stats
say
or money?
depending on the views, you get about 30,000 up out of
You
them.
feel me? 'Cause
Get outta
if it's
here.
10 bands, I
But,
don't want
but
that.
isn't
no.
that status though?
They said 30. 30 for the Pornhub jump, man. I was thinking about jumping off the porch, man.
Oh, well, that status gonna be where I gotta be.
No.
We gonna be piping shit up.
So somebody paying you to jump off or something. He said, "Don't do that."
They gonna say,
"Don't put on the table."
No, we talking about Pornhub.
So y'all would be on Pornhub?
I would.
If they tell y'all 30,000 video, will y'all do a video?
Of course, I got 100. I've been made 100 videos, baby.
Yeah, right.
So you said yeah?
Yeah, per.
No.
What you saying, bro?
I would for 30 grand.
What you said, Jay?
I'm cool.
I already did that.
Oh.
She said check.
She said I got my 30,000
username.
But I didn't get 30,000 from it. I haven't even got to check it because you gotta like go over a certain mark. You gotta have like
you gotta have your ranks up.
100,000. Yeah.
You gotta.
I'm at 40.
You still on there?
Yeah.
You're at 40,000 or 40
Justin gonna
views.
go
Like
find her.
40K.
Yeah, I'm gonna go search it later on. Hey,
What's your name?
Yeah, let's go watch that right now, man. Everybody searching right now. Make sure my nigga get her 30 bands, man, because we might all come
Don't
up.
say that. Edit that part out. They're gonna be like, this bitch got an OnlyFans. Like, I don't got that. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Jay and her Blue Jays. Hey, go holler at her. You feel me?
Hey,
Reach out to the
for
porn.
sure.
No, I
Get her
just
boosted.
like no, because like I plead the fifth. Like I had a guy that we cared about each other, and you know, just like okay, it's sex cool, you know. Let's make something pop. You know, we got something going. You know, hey.
For sure.
We got something going.
So do you get lit before you made the video? You get lit or you?
No, it was natural sex. Who the fuck likes? Hey, give me that pizza, baby.
That's
this
me.
is like,
I gotta
what the
eat some
hell?
food.
Like, this is awkward. I'm turning this off.
White boys want to see.
I don't want no acting on He said, baby, I got this pizza for you. No, I don't want that. Organically, like we were actually saying, like I love you, and it was just like, but to get like 40, like KO that, like somebody jacking off to that romantic shit.
Did somebody order Chinese food?
Right. I have your Chinese rice right here.
I hope it isn't shrimp we're working
Is it
with.
right? Is it dog or cat?
No, but on a big scale, storyline is key. That they be getting millions of views. People just storylines.
And we fast forward through all that shit.
But look at their
Especially
views,
the
though.
Star Wars things. Oh shit, it's a wrap. The white boy eat
that
that up.
shit cheesy.
I don't see none.
They love Star Wars porn.
Dun, dun, dun.
And like anime characters porn, like yeah, people are weird.
Porn is fake. That's why I don't
Porn isn't fake.
It is fake.
I mean it is. They got some
fake.
documentaries on Netflix about it.
A lot of porn stars.
How is it fake?
They have
Because like most of the
They
time
have to do
females
that
that like
line.
are amateur,
What's
they don't
fake
even
about
be
putting
knowing
a
who they're
penis
having
into
sex
a
with.
That ain't
vagina?
fake.
Yeah.
How she moaning and coming, that could be fake.
No, like before like they even know like who they're even like
coming like
walking
that
into,
for
they don't even tell them. They
You know
just sit
about
down
hormones
with
they be
some old
putting in them
guys.
niggas, man. Nigga dick be big as that bottle.
Yeah, she be getting torn up.
God.
You better be coming.
Shit, it's like me fucking this table. Like she hurt. That's why I don't like porn. You can
Brought
look at
to
they
you
face
by
and
Lavish
like,
Journey. If your wiener is this big,
I'll tell you.
my number is beep beep beep
Get some money, man.
beep 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 beep.
Oh, shit. Just be unrealistic, man.
I'm
Like,
telling mom.
that nigga just come out just with that.
I am done with y'all.
I'm telling mom.
Man, like, man, all right, man.
All right, swinging that thing around.
That's
All right, look, baby.
Look how you doing it.
Look, yeah.
Right, you gotta
All right,
hit
look,
the
baby.
face with it. It's like a wah wah wah.
Oh shit.
You got porn on
Making a mess. Now,
Are you messing up?
I got half of that, but you know I ain't got the
this
full
was not
fifth.
free. Shout out to White
Got a
Claw.
pint of that shit.
Shout out to the
This is the funniest
OnlyFans account.
podcast
Y'all
I've
get
ever
it.
been
Hey, if y'all want to do it, do it OnlyFans because that's money right
So
to
you get
For
paid
sure.
instantly though.
Yeah, because they got to sign up for you. And then you
30,000.
can do what
Question
you
got 30,000
is
fans
anyone at
at
this
$5
table
a piece?
subscribed
How much
to
is that?
anyone's OnlyFans?
No, bro.
I am.
$150,000.
I actually am. Shout out to
$150,000.
Sukiana. Keep that pussy fat.
Shout out to JXCH. I don't know how to say your shit. So
Shout out to Sukiana. Suki with the good coochie.
Yeah, I don't. follow
She
anybody
definitely
on
looks
OnlyFans.
amazing on OnlyFans. I'm
Question.
subscribed
Asian?
for $5.99.
hers was $4.19. That's why I signed.
Mine was
Really?
$5.99. She had like
$4.19. I was like,
a
hell
sale
yeah.
going on.
Yeah, that's how hers was. She was like before the end of the
Her
month.
shit up now. It's like $49.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So y'all pay for this stuff?
How
You
many-
gotta pay for that shit.
How
You
many
gotta
OnlyFans
like a
you
What is
Netflix
OnlyFans? Is it
Hell
like an
yeah,
app?
it's worth it too. They ain't doing that
So,
shit
like-
on Instagram. We in the only friends.
I only need
OnlyFans
one.
and
I ain't about to
Yeah.
pay all of them for it. I go to
We-
So
somewhere
you
and
have to
get it
pay
poppin'.
every month.
We in the green circle on Instagram. Okay,
Not close, right?
we seeing it all.
Hold on. So how much are you paying for this though?
When I first subscribed to Sukiana and stuff, she on Instagram right now. She on Love and Hip Hop too.
Yo, that's the funniest bitch alive,
Wow.
bro.
The one that be
Shouts
like
out
that be
to
real like
Suki, bro.
ratchet. Yeah, I'm subscribed to hers.
Yeah.
Her nigga be like on that bitch fucking no.
It's so crazy how you can
Did it
make
be
money
lit?
nowadays.
I subscribed when she was only
They be
like
lit.
doing
Is
the
it worth watching?
$5.99, but now
Oh,
she
shit.
done like upped her shit because now she making like
Turn that
40K a
motherfucker on you
month.
off,
How
baby,
much
I
you
wanna
paying
love
now?
you.
Well, now it's $49.99
Treat
for
that bitch
it.
like a hoe.
Shout out to Sukiyama. I'm watching,
So
baby.
aggressive.
I'm sorry.
Need to meditate.
What happened?
I'm watching.
Breathe in through
I,
your
I
nose, out
used
through your
to.
mouth.
I used to. I just stopped.
You know, I meditate. I just go to the park and that helps me meditate.
I love sitting by
Walking
bodies of water.
meditation.
My
and
life
writing.
kind of moves
Ooh.
very, very fast. So.
Water. So water,
Tinker's
does water help you
Creek.
meditate?
Yes. Huh?
Oh no.
Tinker's
Yes.
Creek.
Who's it? What's his
I
creek?
don't know if
It's
you
a
noticed,
place
but I've
where a
drank 2
waterfall
waters
is
since
called
I've been sitting
Tinker's
here.
I feel it.
Ooh, okay.
That's all I drink
Tinker
outside of
doesn't
alcohol.
tinker to- You serve alcohol.
Oh no, I was talking about these waters. I've drunk. Like
I was about to
2
say
or 3
share
of
if
them
you
already.
want to. Alcohol. You
Yeah,
know.
Tinker's Creek
Rum,
is awesome.
tequila.
I got a question for y'all then. Did we come? What was the question again, bro? About the monkeys? Are we a
Did
monkey?
we come from monkeys?
Did we
I'm
come
not
from
commenting
monkeys?
on this. I don't want to be related to a primate.
I don't think so.
My lawyer's not present, and I will not be talking until he's present.
I just don't want to talk
Here you
about
go.
it.
He
Yeah,
coming
I'm
in right now. He coming down the steps.
He's right next to you.
Don't.
I gotta hear my.
Yeah, are y'all really scared to talk about that?
No, I
Me?
just
I
don't
don't
want to
think.
talk
I don't
about it.
think
It's
we
not
should
that I'm
talk
scared.
about that.
I
I'll
just
talk about it.
don't feel
Go
like
for it.
I'm
We gonna
related
spend
to
a
a
whole
monkey.
another hour on
I
this
think,
shit.
It's gonna
okay,
break.
so if I stuck a needle in you
Don't start that.
Oh
and I
my
took some
God,
blood
man, this
and I
nigga
stuck a
To this
needle.
friend right here down here on the end.
I am not the one to play with, brother.
So if I stuck a needle in you and I took the blood and
In
I
him?
stuck a needle in a primate
Not
and I
me.
took the blood and I put them under the microscope, they look very similar. They both have blood cells. They're both red. They both function the same. All of us have body systems, like, you know what I mean, endocrine system, blah, blah, blah. They all have the same things as us. So effectively, we are the same. The physical animal of the man is not genetically similar 100% to the monkey, but
Thank
it's
you.
genetically similar enough, over 80%, because I don't know the exact number.
I
but
think it's a little
over
bit. Believe it or
80%.
not, I don't know the percent. I think it's a little bit.
It's
though.
over 80.
I think
so. What it means
It's
is
a little bit of
That's cool.
opposable sum. That's the only
so
part
what that
sticks
means
out.
is
cool.
effectively yes. Now, did we all come now? Did we all did we evolve from monkeys? Is
No.
another question
No.
completely. Now, whether we're similar, like you could
Yes,
could
of course
believe
we're similar.
if
Like
somebody
a fucking horse is similar to a zebra.
a horse is similar to us. But what I'm saying is, look, if we all we're all mammals. Okay.
Go for it.
So what I'm saying is, if we all come from the same fabric, even if somebody created us, then they created us from the same fabric. If we evolved from a similar fabric. None of it matters. If your belief comes from one area or another, the fact of the matter is that you are similar to a bird. I'm
I get
sorry.
so we're one. Like as
Okay,
I
we
always
gotta
say,
pick one.
me personally, I believe.
because we come from the same planet.
Like I believe I'm one with nature, for instance, and
That's
I got
what
a
I mean.
connection with animals. I know that sounds fried, but I really do. This guy saw it this weekend. I have a connection with animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I a deer? No, but I believe I do have some kind of energy. You know, feel connected to in a way.
I'm a fucking deer.
See,
I'm not. I hit a deer a couple months ago.
Nay.
hey,
I
this one
identify
guy.
R.I.P.
as a pig.
What they? Yo, this one guy was younger.
I identify.
Take it away.
No, this one guy told me he was a giraffe. He looked like one, and I believe
God, no.
I believe him. He looked
I
like
can't
one.
listen. What? She said, I'm a deer.
I'm a fucking
Nay.
deer.
I'm not.
Nay.
I ain't never heard no
She
deer
said-
out here. Nay.
Y'all heard it here on Lavish
We
Journey.
heard it here from Jay.
You heard it here first on
I've never heard
on-
that before.
on Black Radio. Yeah, I'm a fucking deer.
Deers don't name.
Nay. So what the fuck else do they do? Like this like
don't know.
that's like asking what the
Nobody
fuck
knows
does
what
the
the
fox say?
Who the
You
fuck
know
knows
what?
what the deer
I know what the fuck they
Who in this room,
say.
who in this room right now know what a deer sound like? Right now.
Nay.
You ever heard a fucking deer?
No. I don't know.
Couch. They
They actually just
That's
like
what the fuck
it's
that means,
more
like-
of a. I'm pretty sure.
The deer.
I'm pretty
Who
sure.
the fuck just yelled? Who did that? Me.
I'm pretty sure it's close to a sheep.
You know what? I'm not doing this.
It's like
All right, put me in timeout. I'm going.
yeah.
You know what?
You know
Be out
what?
here. Get out the street.
Hurry up, y'all. The car is coming. Hurry up. Get the kids. Move it. Come on, Mary.
She did the fucking
sound of the deer getting hit by the fucking
The ballad
guard.
of the deer.
She was fucking screaming.
I'm hit.
Hurry up. Somebody push me.
Hold on, we need this.
The sound of the fucking deer.
Oh, you got a deer sound? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. It's a deer sound.
It's like he's eating grass.
No, put the microphone. Put the mic.
I don't hear it.
Stop that.
I'm about to do it. I know what he sound like.
Hold on, y'all. We trying to hear the sound.
That's like a fucking cow. He said,
That's that I ain't fucking around voice.
Right.
Yeah, that sounds like I'm not moving. I want to get hit by a car.
That deer sound.
That's what I said.
Oh shoot.
That sound like run me over.
Do they make that
Fuck up
sound
my
just on a
front
daily
end.
basis?
Yeah, that's their noise.
Like that's their
Really?
communication
Like
sound.
cats
Or is
Yeah.
that a mating sound?
Yeah.
Hey,
That's probably a main sound.
Oh, who's it? What's this? Rutting. Is that another running?
Rutting.
Rutting is another word for
Rutting.
Oh,
I can say this is a mating call. It was a whole book.
That sounds like a mating call.
Oh,
Cause
that's
like my cat,
basically-
she
Wow.
just be yelling.
that's
It's a whole
basically
different
bitch,
sound.
get your ass over here.
My cat talks to me. Shout out to Nina.
Oh, stinking booty.
see,
What's wrong?
y'all talk to your animals, don't
Oh, I
y'all?
talk
I sure do.
to him all the time.
Davis and I have a thorough
I do
conversation.
too.
TJ be talking his ass off.
Man, be yelling.
So when you talk
Davis
to an
fusses.
animal, though, how do you talk? Like, it's like a certain movements y'all do that y'all know, or how do y'all speak in a way? I'm just really curious.
So
depends.
animals communicate
Leave me alone.
outside
Boy,
of
what
the
do you want
verbal
today?
What was your
zone.
major
So
in college?
Man, this nigga had to major
Huh?
What was your
everything.
major in college?
Everything.
go to college.
I
majored in cars.
101.
This nigga mastered in smart nigga studies.
You better go ahead.
No, I just
Graduated with
I'm a
a
Hooked
person.
on
of,
fucking
I'm a
everything phonics.
I'm a person who just goes
I
hard
hail
and
from
actually
Harvard.
utilizes the internet for what you can use it for.
That's good.
Oh, for
But
sure.
either way, what were we talking
Back
about?
to what we were saying.
Oh, animals.
forgot what we
Oh,
were
so
talking
the
about
way
how you
animals
made your
communicate outside
triumphant
of
return.
animals communicate
From
outside of verbal words. So they don't ever use communication with each other like making a sound to get a point across to each other. Besides, get away from me. So they're never going to go up like you hungry. You're going to see another cat go up to another cat and go meow meow meow, and then like no. So they don't communicate like that. But they communicate through physicality. So I know with my
I
cat.
with my own two eyes.
So cats.
Hey, our cat
Said,
be up here.
But what if your animal looked at you and said,
So cats normally, let me tell you something about cats. Cats,
They mimic.
cats believe that a lot of eye contact is rude. So if a cat is staring you down, he'll probably hurt you. So or he doesn't know.
Staring
you.
me down. What?
So if a cat is looking at you really cat-eyed, just really staring at you really hard, he's worried about you. But
maybe it's
if
care.
cats blink at you slowly, that's a kiss,
Kick it.
or it's a term of
I be
endearment,
getting blinked at a lot then.
like that.
This nigga didn't
Now,
just do the
if-
fucking blink.
Yeah. Now, if
I blinked at a cat before.
if a cat is orienting away from you but turning and keep turning, and that's a term to come closer. You know what I mean? That's how they interact with each other. You know what I mean? So, like if my cat comes up to me and she starts blinking, if I blink back, she'll just keep doing it with me, and then she'll do a long one. That means she's giving you a term of endearment, meaning I can close my eyes and you're not gonna attack me when I open up. And so when I open up, you're gonna be in the same spot. So when they open up, then they'll relax and look away, but
So
you can
it's a
walk
sense of
up.
trust.
It's trust. All cats are about is fighting and trust.
Is it cats one of the most
Till that
majestic
motherfucker
animals?
rip your ass off.
Yeah,
Listen.
that's why they have one of the most acute focuses. So if you can't, it's hard to sneak up on a cat.
It is.
And if you do, they probably will kill you for doing
Okay,
it.
or look at you
I
like
do
they
it
about to
all
kill
the
you. Like, all
time.
right, friend, you're a little too close for comfort now.
I just know a little bit about cats.
Don't be
because
trouble.
I felt like
A little
there
bit.
had
That
to
was
be
a whole
way.
lot of bit, nigga.
Yeah, there has
a whole
to
bunch
be.
of shit.
There's a lot of different things. Like a way you can seem less harmful to a cat is you don't show your teeth and you keep your eyes wide open. So if you're ever near a new cat and he's walking towards you, open your eyes wide and close your teeth. Because most people, what do they do when they see a cat? Oh! To the cat, you're like, I'm gonna kill your ass. Like, so he's like, you got to come from their point of view and how they.
Brought to you by Animal Planet.
Listen,
Nigga,
Discovery.
Actually, that was from Animal Planet. That knowledge.
It sounds
It was
like
from
it.
the Cat Whisperer.
That's why I was about to say that. Like that sounds like something I've heard before.
You sound like a man with a bunch of time on your head.
No, he sounds like the man
Quarantine
with the
2020
plan.
shout
And
out.
we'll be back after these messages.
For real, you gotta nod yourself nowadays. All this information out here.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do. I'm big on that, man. I'm not so much into like animals and shit, but I nod myself on different things.
like what?
Like doing this shit, they're doing the basement.
Being
You know
able
what I
to
mean?
do all
You know,
that.
I'm a hands-on person. I'm really skillful, so I need to watch videos help me. Learn how to make shit.
I feel it.
Yeah, but I got a question for y'all once again. So, does your environment define who you are?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
So, does your environment define who you are?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Not at
If
all.
you are uncomfortable in your environment, it doesn't define who you are. If you're comfortable in your environment, it does define who you are.
No, it
Okay.
doesn't. I
Okay.
don't think it does.
So somebody can be thrusted into an environment, like let's say somebody from Beechwood is thrust into the hood. That could be their environment, but that don't mean that it defines them.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're gonna be extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but like take somebody who is, you know what I mean, born and raised off. You know what I mean? I don't know a hood street. I'm not talking about anybody, but East 77th or something, 105 or something.
105.
And they like, that's their life. That's all they've opened their eyes to see. Like I've watched like things online of like gangsters talking about their past and things they've done and why they quit gangbanging and this different things, right? In LA and different areas. And you hear their stories, it's like, yeah, my dad, I woke up in the car with the guns, we was riding on these streets. That's all he knows. Nobody ever sat and talked to him about quantum physics. Nobody ever sat and talked to this guy about emotions or feelings. He didn't have time for that.
So in the event, in the event that he's had the conversation about quantum physics and emotions, and then his mindset changes and then he becomes a different person.
Mm-hmm.
So then is he defined by his past environment or is he defined by quantum physics? And
Which one does he hold on to personally?
I'll tell you right now because you're talking to one homie.
What?
I've learned about quantum physics. I know a lot about quantum physics.
educate me.
I'm
'cause
not
I don't.
stating anyone specifically.
No. I'm telling you, there's certain. See, I hold a certain standard to a hood nigga because at the end of the day, I am such. And do I seem like I'm fucking retarded?
No.
Do I seem like I don't
Wait a
have an
minute.
education?
He never said.
I didn't know.
No.
I'm not speaking into
going
my
there.
lawyer
No, I'm not
either.
going there. No, I'm not going there. I'm
I
not
was
going
about
there.
to say,
I'm not
wait
going.
a second.
No, I'm not going there. Right
Okay, I'm done talking. Go ahead.
God damn it! I'm doing something and you guys distracted me.
I bought those cats.
No, I'm not calling anyone's
Oh,
lifestyle
no.
out.
No. I was just answering the question.
Yeah.
I was just answering the question because I don't think anybody, the way that they're brought up, I don't think anybody.
It's an excuse.
Yeah. I don't think it's an excuse because at the end of the day, I did what I did. I've been where I've been at. I've done what I've done. But yet and still, I've taken the time to gain knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you were put on this earth to do?
I feel like I was put on this earth to be exactly what I'm gonna be. Do I know the path? Am I on it? Who knows? Nobody will know. Those who come after me will tell my story. I'll be dead before I figure out what I was here for.
What is your passion then?
What is my passion? My passion is me. I believe in me more than I believe in anything else on this motherfucking planet because I believe that when I get up and when I do things, it's because I want to and it's because I chose to.
So when you
So
get
when
up,
I choose to, if I choose to right now take this bottle across this girl head and take those bottles.
don't do that now.
No.
My lawyer just walked in the building. I'm able to speak.
If I choose to do that,
Filling out
if I
reports?
choose to do that, we know the path it'll take me. You know where I will end up. So at the end of the day, I can choose to do it or I can choose not to do it. No one and nothing has a say between that but me. I choose to do what I choose to do.
That's true.
And that is what I believe in. That is what I stand for. I don't give a fuck if I'm making music. I don't give a fuck of what I'm doing. That is what I stand for. I stand for myself and I hold other people to that standard because I can't be the only fucking person who think like this. I can't be the only person who holds themselves to a higher standard. Like, I could do whatever the fuck I want to do. I've done it before. I can continue to do it. But me knowing on a higher level, like, that's not where the fuck you should be at. That's not what you should be doing. And so I don't do it.
You hold yourself accountable in
Yes.
every interaction.
Yeah.
that's what
And
I heard
that's
too.
what I was gonna say. The product of your environment, that don't mean shit.
that don't
We're in
mean
the
shit.
age of technology and information, You know, most hood people hold a stigma on hood people.
But that's an unrealistic expectation.
I mean, but that's
if you're inside, okay, let's say this is my people. Each person has a certain amount of people in their life that creates their world. You don't know what is going on outside on the internet. You might know that guy, but you don't know that guy. You know the people in your circle. So what the thing is, if this is my circle, let's say you guys were all the people I knew, and y'all knew me as this, and this is what I do, and this is how I am. Okay. Now, when I come to you, like let's say we all hood niggas. Let's use that. Let's say we the hoodest people we could possibly think of. I'm Chief Keef. All right. So I just came back. You just came back from bussing on the road, like off. What is their street? What is?
Y'all give me one.
O Block. You just came back bussing off O Block, and then I come in the house and I'm like, "Hey man, you took that man's out." He was like, "Yeah, bro. Hey man, look, let me talk to you about these quantum physics though." No, it's not gonna go. It's not gonna go. It has to be a part of your environment. And if you talk about, you can't come in talking about, hey man, I'm thinking about healing. They're gonna be like, man, you a whole ass nigga, man. Like they'll be the first ones to tell you, because guess what? They want, but they want to feel comfortable. And in order to feel comfortable, the people around you have to assimilate with you. They have to be people that you could identify with. And if this guy, who's all smart, coming up learning all of this nice shit, is acting like he's better than you, that's what it's going to seem like. That's why certain times people have trouble when they try and better themselves in a bad situation, because people push them down because they feel like they're attacking them. And I think that's where people get the wrong perception about the hood and think that black men don't want each other to stand up. No, they just more so are afraid you're going to get there before they do.
For sure.
You get what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
That's vindictive and selfish.
Yeah, but it's reality.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that was a very interesting topic, man. You know a lot of fucking shit.
Man.
For real.
Do you have a book? Did you write a book? You plan on writing a book?
I should.
Need to write a book.
Listen.
I should. I'm gonna write a volume, 3 volumes.
3 volumes?
3 volumes. Oh my.
This motherfucker said volume for the record.
You know how thick a volume
The
is?
Ballad of who?
Nah,
That's just one.
No,
The ballad of
Nah, man. I
silence.
just learn, because anytime I come to a point where I'm like, oh, I don't know, I go look it up.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Right.
And I've been doing that for 10 years because I ran into a few situations and people in which I felt like I couldn't understand what was happening to me. And it felt like just imagine being standing in a dark room and getting punched. And you just don't know. You don't know why it's all happening. So you have to just start looking. That's what I did. I just started looking, man.
I'm not laughing. Just funny how
I've
you said it.
I've literally been in that exact position.
Exactly, dude.
Literally.
And you're just like, if I don't open my eyes and figure out some type of way. And the thing is, in our generation, the access to the knowledge is there. I can sit in front of 8 hours of seminars about quantum physics if I want. I can right now. I could just pull out my phone right here and do it. It won't stop. And it will be instant. And people take that for granted. Do you understand? In 1930, the only way to get any knowledge about quantum physics was to find the 5 books in your near library about it. And then if you wanted, you had to go to college halfway across the United States and meet people in rooms and talk for hours.
When you starting this volume?
You get what I mean? So imagine if you told somebody in 1920 that, hey, I can hand you a device that will be able to access all knowledge that human beings have access to right now on one little white search bar. You just type in what you want and it'll talk to you if you wanted to.
Shout out to Siri.
I mean? Siri. Shout out to Siri and Google.
Right. And Cortana.
But that, I mean, people take this stuff for granted, man. I mean, it's all of access. It's just depending on what you're concerned about in your reality. So in my relationship, if I'm with someone, I'm not concerned about what she's doing or where she's at or how the individual tasks that should be completed in a normal relationship should be. I'm working on our individual communication with each other. So I'm dedicated in trying to get us to be able to communicate before we have problems. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So once we have problems, now I'm like, okay, we've learned to communicate this. Let's put this into effect. Meanwhile, other people don't even take this type of point of view on life. Yet they can get in, like you say, they can get in a relationship just like me at the same time as me and work and last longer than me. But what I'm saying is there's an easy way to do stuff. You can make your life easier by knowing things about it and trying to help yourself, or you can make your life harder by just falling down the stairs and hoping you come down at the bottom with all your limbs.
Oh, that's terrible. Why would you do that?
You know?
That's basically what niggas do.
Yes, literally. That when a 17-year-old kid jumps out and they have a child or something and they don't know anything, they're not this type of person I'm describing, and they just are somebody who has gone to school or something, and they have a child, and now they have to deal with this soul who's never gonna go away, this woman, and then and then they have to deal with this child, and then they have all these other factors thrown at them. They're not going to push in time to figure this type of point of view of life out. They're going to fall down the stairs as best they can, and they have to because somebody already pushed them. You know?
This book already out, just so y'all know.
Listen,
this book been out since 2014.
Y'all behind now.
Y'all niggas is lost.
And
y'all
shout
better
out
get
to that
woke.
person pushing that 16.
Shout out to Volume 2 of Real Nigga
Y'all
Chronicles.
wrong for that.
That nigga need that.
Bacardi Volume 3.
Damn.
Brought to you by Arbor Mist.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
If he don't fall, that nigga ain't gonna learn how to get up.
Yeah.
When in
That's
doubt,
basically
Somebody
what
give a
happened.
child some Band-Aids.
And then those people are the people that you find in areas successful saying, yeah, you know, I came from the bottom. But everybody's lifestyle or everybody's life choices don't have to be that. You can start from the beginning with sense and end in a good place. And plenty of people do that, but guess what? You don't hear about them.
I do. That's me.
Not really. But I mean, like,
No,
yeah,
I say that's me.
I mean, like rich. Like, I'm talking
I ain't rich.
those
but
millionaires
I'm
that you
good.
see who own the houses in Bracknell, but we don't know anything about them.
But is that even
They aren't
real?
superstars.
Orland Hills.
We
Is that even real? We don't know their life.
I grew up staring at
They
Bracknell,
can
brother.
pay for it.
Oh my God, I grew up staring at Bracknell, man.
Stop it right now.
You don't know how crazy that shit is staring at Bracknell when you just. I grew up on Glenville. Glenville is 2 streets from Bracknell. When you going down to 105, I grew up on Glenville. You go 2 streets other and go under a bridge. That's Bracknell. We used to go up under that bitch and steal bikes and some more shit. But you know, you just when you it's weird when you looking at shit and it's like you have no fucking idea what it looks like in there. And it's like I know what this apartment living look like. I know what a 2-bed. I know what an upstairs downstairs look like, but. What the fuck it look like in there, man? Like, how they
Whole
getting down
apartment.
in that bitch, man?
3 apartments.
4 apartments.
Like, how they getting down in that bitch, man? Like,
We're about to find out now. That's why we here.
Oh,
what
we
happened
going
if
on
I
a
bring
tour?
my little hoe?
No,
through
we
that?
about to manifest all that shit. That's why we here.
I'm here for
I don't
it.
believe
I'm not
anybody
cleaning it. I'm
interact
gonna
with us
hire
will live a
somebody.
basic ass life. I just don't believe that. I
Nobody
believe we
in
saw
our
that for a
circle.
reason. Yeah, nobody in our circle pretty much, you know. There's people
Yeah.
that come on this show, so we're gonna get to that.
You guys are amazing people.
You as well.
Yeah,
You as well.
Same.
You as well.
I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all accepting my weirdness enough for me to come on this show and talk to y'all.
This is the most understanding group I've ever been around in my entire life. You guys are very understanding.
Yeah, people, yeah. That was gonna say that too, like very understanding because when I'm around people, I'm very awkward and I do what I normally would do at home when I don't have this wig on. So, yeah, this is a wig.
Shout out to weave.
Shout out to the
You say
wig.
take it off. I say take it off.
If you want to see me without my wig,
I
look
thought
on
she said shout out to
Instagram.
Weave. I thought you were talking about shout out to me. Shit,
Yeah.
I'm Weave.
Put it on.
This is a wig too, guys.
It is same store,
Damn.
I'm
I got
Storm.
mine off Amazon.
and I'm not really sure what he is, but same store,
Brother Freedom, what you got in the magic
different
box?
price.
All right, we're just gonna do like 1-2 quick icebreakers, and we're gonna end it out. So, is there a song that made you fall in love with music or a certain type of genre that was out of your knowing?
I'm a band nerd, so there's a lot of songs.
All right, give me one that was just like, this is different. I fuck with it.
So I like a lot of instrumentals.
Oh man,
Oh, hush up.
no, I love instruments.
Oh,
That's all I
okay.
do. No, you understand. That's my shit.
So
Instrumental.
there was this song. Shut up, Justin. There was this song in high school. It was by this artist called Samuel Hazel, and it's called Arabesque. And it reminded me of something that you hear off Aladdin. But it was just,
a whole new world.
No. The beginning, you know, like
It was
when
the
that little awkward.
Arabian.
It literally, like, it gives you those vibes.
That's my shit.
Right, and I thought I was Princess Jasmine.
Will Smith. I'm sorry, I hated the second one.
Definitely was ass.
I'm sorry.
It
Don't
definitely was
fo-
ass. I'm sorry.
Don't I want to follow me?
Black
didn't
people,
see it,
the
but
black
you-
people
on the
have
podcast.
spoken. That shit was ass.
Shout
Hit
out
it.
to the original.
Shout out to
I didn't see it, but you can come get an interview.
Lord, Will Smith
Woo,
was
let you, but-
Get your cheese
Not
ass
that.
up in here. so we can
2.8
ask
million
you
views in an
Not
hour.
that.
why the
Will.
fuck you made that movie.
But yeah, like the whole song okay, this is the vision that I had in my head when I was listening to it. The whole song reminded me of like someone like walking around like Princess Jasmine for real, right? Then she get kidnapped, you know what I'm saying? And then like they take her off and like to this like area, whatever, and she like trying to get out or whatever. And then Aladdin come around.
This sounds like an acid trip.
I was about to say, you
That's
sound like
not an acid trip.
this is
I don't
dark,
do acid.
dark sexual
No,
fantasy.
but-
Something.
Shut up, y'all.
What the
But then
fuck?
like he rescued her and it was just like so like intense, you know,
Like intense, like what?
musically intense. You know?
Oh, for sure.
Stuff ain't all gotta be sensual. Like,
He's
Lord, we
single.
talking about music
Gotta
here.
romanticize it.
Right, listen, but it was just like
Uh.
that's what made me fall in love with like instrumental music and just playing, you know, the drums and like percussion for an example, because it just took it to an intense level. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
For sure.
I would say I've always been into weird music, man. I've always listened to the mainstream stuff, but of course, like everybody, but you know, I don't personally endeavor to listen to mainstream stuff. It's just because you hear it on the radio, you go in the store, you go to the club, whatever, you hear it. But when I listen to my own thing, I would say a song that did it would be, I wouldn't say a song, but like an artist. I would say Where Is Alex is the name of the artist.
And what type
But
of music is that? What genre?
I don't. It's almost like
Smart
a
nigga.
hip hop dubstep.
Is it alternative?
It's like a hip hop dubstep. It's like it's very mellow. It's relaxing, but it's coming from a point of like storytelling, because I do a lot of dancing. So if you storytell, if you storytell in the beat, it makes dancing so much easier to do because the beat is doing so much. And once you learn to dance, you hear music differently than the average person. So you hear all these different things. So a simple song comes across to a dancer is much simpler to a person that is not musically trained in any way. So a producer would have the same opinion as me. So like, because we're listening to the music at a deeper level. So that artist, Where Is Alex, has got so many layers in one song that it sounds like noise almost when you first hear it. But then you hear it a third time and you're like, oh, this is euphoric, because your brain like gets all of that stuff and puts it together. You know what I mean? It allows you to hear what is actually going on. And I can tell good music because some songs I've listened to almost on a weekly basis, like not to say I listen to them that much every day, but on a weekly basis for years,
Right.
4 or 5 years. And you never tire versus an individual streamed song or something from Drake or, you know what I mean? I'm not hating on Drake. Drake is good. But what I'm saying is something from any artist or somebody that doesn't vibe with you personally in the right way
Right.
will fade off in a week. You'll realize you'll be banging that in the car every day. Woo! 4 days, 5
Kick
days.
him out.
And then at the end of that 4 or 5 days, you look around 3 weeks later like, oh, that was my shit last week. Or I don't remember. You forgot.
On the first Tuesday.
Yeah. You forgot already.
But you know, you got everlasting music. You got just the catchy music you want to just you know, listen to.
Yeah.
So who was your band? Or genre?
Where is Alex?
Where's Alex? Okay.
It's an artist.
So,
I like old school music.
how about you, Miss J?
When I was little,
Wave.
mine's not extraordinary as yours, but I mean, I'm gonna try. Jesus Christ, I gotta top that. My favorite song, which made me actually start off, it wasn't like Andre 3000, because that's my favorite rapper. I actually started off listening to this song. My brother has arthritis, so they used to have him like pick him up every day from school in front of our house. And I was able to take partake in those little extra little things that he got, like getting picked up in front of the house in a school bus. So every morning on VH1 they used to play Mr. Brightside. Yeah.
Yes.
So coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. That's my shit. So I love the Killers and Rockers Live On. That's my shit. And basically that's been like that's my favorite song. Like I still got it on my phone and that's like the thing I clean my house to. It makes my house smell good. Shit, I probably
What
even
smell?
fucked
The
to it.
song makes
I'm gonna be
sense.
honest with you.
Oh,
Like that song
right.
is amazing. If you haven't heard it though, it's a really awesome song.
Song makes the house smell good.
What
Yeah,
smell?
no,
What
like
smell does
how
it
can I
smell?
put it? You know how you'll hear like a how can I put this like a Erykah Badu like a
For sure. No, no, I caught that vibe. No, I caught that vibe. Yeah, I caught that vibe. Yeah.
I like the instant
in your house, and it's just like a damn. I'm back here on the floor now. Nigga done watch the walls in this bitch.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like
definitely
that Mr. Brightside, like that make you want to be like, even though it's a it's about, and then the meaning behind the song is just like it's about love, like caring about someone and them not caring about you. And then from a young age, hearing that, get on the bus in fucking elementary school at 3rd grade, hearing that shit is just like a damn, like why am I feeling this though?
Right.
Like,
See,
and I'm
that's
so
what-
young, but like that
No.
shit just do some other shit. Like you was saying, like is euphoric. Like
Right.
it did something to me at a young age that be like, damn, like I think I fuck with music. And then here come Missy Elliott, and then here come Usher around the age that I was growing up, and here come now my mom got me listening to 3LW and SWV, and it was just like a like damn, like I
702.
already know what the fuck about to go on with me. You know
Oh,
what I'm
you
saying?
talking about
So
the nasally hey, what
Yeah.
SWV?
nasally days were the best days.
Hell
If you
yeah.
weren't nasally
Boy.
back in the day, you weren't making a hit.
How much coochie used to get off some
You
shit like
weren't.
that?
The nasally music.
Hell yeah.
But I don't want to make mine long and all
shit.
drawn out.
No,
Mine
keep
was
it going.
definitely
Go ahead.
just the neighbors, like the Killers.
You know, speaking of music, how has everything been going to now for music since then? You know, so I know you've been dropping hella projects and everything.
Yeah.
So once you
Well,
found
I actually haven't dropped a project in a while.
you dropped like 5 projects, did you?
I dropped them. See, that was my concept. I actually dropped projects like before, just so I can be able to like start putting out like content, like videos and stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. You got anything on the way?
I actually do have some stuff on the way. I actually just dropped a song called "Wanna Rock with You" on SoundCloud. It's not streaming on major platforms just yet.
Dope.
So I just released it as a single to the public because I was kind of tired of we've just rolled a blunt, everyone. And I just felt like it was like I feel like it was worth it to be able to put something out, just because we've been like in quarantine and people haven't like got a lot from me besides like weird creepy videos. I don't know if anybody really knows.
I fuck with your videos.
I love
though.
gore
For
and I
sure.
love blood.
I made a horror film.
Shout out to the
Sure.
fucking Ouija board on my back, on my jacket.
Oh, okay.
I stole this from someone.
So,
But,
so
Made a
hell,
horror film.
well, what attracts you like to the gory videos?
With
I
the
fuck
freak.
with them.
What attracted me to gore? I've always been obsessed with serial killer shit. Please don't judge me. And I hate people
We
like
not judging
I
you.
hate telling
Go
about
for
my
it.
life though. But like, I practice witchcraft. Like, I'm into like some whole other shit. Some people call me a witch. I might as well
Some
admit
whole
that
other
now.
shit.
Say what you guys say.
But yeah, it's just more so like I like when people think of like serial killers, they never think of like, okay, like my cousin Pookie just killed somebody. It's like, okay, that nigga has a backstory. Just like a serial killer. Like there's a guy that actually
Your cousin
like
Pookie
ate
actually killed
women like after Jeffrey Dahmer. Actually, well, he ate men, but like
Yuck.
he actually, disgusting, gay, little gay, but no one here to discriminate. But he actually killed women. But then I realized that when I looked on Google that the reason why this old ass man was able to kill these women was because the women would actually write him and send him nasty pictures. So which means they would have their address on the envelope. So when he got out of jail, what did you think he did?
Going to
He
get that
killed
coochie.
them
Oh.
and then went back to jail. Every serial killer, I believe, has a backstory, and I believe that I'm not gonna say I'm a serial killer, but I believe that serial killers. It matters.
Yeah.
You're a
It
serial
matters.
killer.
It
I feel what
matters.
she's saying.
You're a
though.
serial
I feel
killer.
it. I feel it.
I'm not a serial killer. I've never killed
Jade
anything in my
the
life
Wed God.
besides the pussy.
Right now is a serial killer. For sure.
You're welcome for that. Never in my life.
No, that
I don't believe in violence.
That was badass. I like
Yeah,
that
that
comment.
was.
But yeah, though, far as music wise, I'm just staying focused. You know, I got some stuff coming out. I got my album release party coming up pretty soon at Acid
invited?
Studios. Shout out to Alex
Yeah,
and
can we
Deanna.
We invited.
Of course, you guys are definitely fucking invited. I'm definitely
Everybody
taking
is.
donations because it's free of charge. So yeah, we're just looking for like a time where we can like have everything open and everybody can pretty much like come through. Because I would definitely love for you guys to set up and come through. Yeah, do some not interviews, but just interview a nigga. For me, talk shit basically. Catch a vibe. It's gonna be pretty epic. Mid probably like June. I'm thinking. Yeah. Just so I can have everything worked out. Cause I got some other shit in store. Shout out to Authentic Empire.
I'm proud of you, my sister. Keep it going. I already know you're going to keep growing, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I be driving doing Uber, and I just put my shit on shuffle, and Wave Guy always come on. I'm like,
yep, that's He said, oh, shit. There we go. He said, I don't want to turn it at all.
I keep it going.
Irritated.
He's like, who is this?
He said, next song. He said, hi. He said, damn, she just keeps saying that
actually,
shit.
an Uber pastor asked me, who is this? And he screenshot your song. So, hey, you got a fan out there. No, I said Uber passenger.
Oh, I said pastor. I said shout out to that nigga. Praise God. We were just talking about that.
I mean, Reverend might want to hear it too. Reverend.
There is a God. Yeah. Blessed be the fruit. I'm sorry, it just stinks.
No, thy fruit.
Blessed be thy fruit of the Holy God.
That's a different layer.
Yeah, it puts more dynamic on the words.
Yes, it does.
So what about you, my dude? What's up with your music taste? Where you at?
Well, my music taste and my music creation is totally different.
Oh, you create music as well?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the platform? What you talking about? What you living?
As of right now, it's kind of like just bullshit because I gotta make bullshit ass music, like shoot 'em up, bang bang music right now.
Okay.
So I don't want to, but it's just what I gotta do to,
Is it for your marketing to catch that wave of people, the ignorance?
And then once everybody has an ear for me, because no matter what artist switches up, if you have an ear for him, you're gonna listen to it.
21 Savage, you feel me? Came out hard, but he talked some real
he
shit.
Getting that R&B, and he getting some R&B under his belt. You feel me? But I'll say, as goes listening to music, you can catch me rocking that Shot Day. Anything soulful, like something I can smoke some weed to and ride to, you feel me? Like anything like that, you know what I'm saying? But as goes making music, I kind of like to make pop music.
That's what's up.
Yeah. I like to make house.
And he's really good at it.
Yeah.
That was the first style of dance I learned was house dance. He was good.
That's why when you was talking about like different ways, I was talking about EDM.
Yeah,
I like house music. The drinks are in the back. The drinks are in the back. If you need anything, Tim's back there. He's always back there.
I just got like that.
He says Devontae in the back. Yep, I got the drink.
He said, Tim and Devontae, they're back there. They're always in the back.
They know, man. Cleveland, I be out here. Every club in Cleveland. They be, there go. He back. Here he go. He about to start dancing.
Be that nigga in there with a t-shirt, some slacks.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
His dress shoes.
Bro, I go looking normal as possible.
Fucking it up.
I wear some stuff like this. Like, you just wear a t-shirt and some joggers to the club was killing it.
T-shirt and some slacks, man. I'm telling you.
Flip-flop slide. No shoes.
Some of them Jones you wear the Thursday service at church.
Yo, shout out to Sam McIntosh, man.
Not the Sunday joints. Not the Sunday joints. You got to wear the Thursday joints, man. The joints that's a little Rico in the front, so you can fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Jerron came through crumping it. Oh, you at the house party? Remember Jerron was dressed as a pastor?
I was so drunk at that thing.
Wait, are you his house party?
Remember Jerron came with the dress clothes on. It was fucking it up on the dance floor.
Wait, all I remember
and he was just clapping the fuck out of thing.
Slap.
Slapping the fuck out.
Nigga was partying in some dress shoes, bro.
This nigga was partying in dress shoes. He looked like a whole pastor fucking it up.
Slap. That's all you heard.
Can you party in dress shoes?
Man,
you don't get it done. Did you know there are clubs that don't let you in unless you have them?
So true.
I'm gonna start going there because
I seen the nigga fuck it up for about 2 hours straight.
I was trying to get in that one club and your friend had on Chucks.
Man, that's what I'm like.
That man danced by himself for 2 hours straight.
Yo, I don't. Some clubs I don't mess with because they just know that me and my friend Darnell, we go everywhere and dance in Cleveland. Sometimes they hate when we show up because we come in and it pulls a lot of the money from the bars because people are coming to the dance floor just to interact, not with just us, but just to dance because that's where the energy is. But only in dance-centric clubs do people really buy alcohol to dance. In other clubs, they are buying alcohol to communicate, to get the pussy, whatever they're doing in there.
The what?
The pussy. Anything with
He pronounced it different the second time. Did y'all hear that?
So they be in there in the club with
in the club, pocket full of
pussy.
Chasing vagina.
Alright, so the energy that you get from clubs, does that give you like a thrill?
I feel like anytime you have other people's eyes on you, it does add a certain bit of energy, because I've noticed the more I dance in public and like just like do things like that, the less I do it in the house. Just because the energy is not necessarily there in your room or in your front room or wherever you do your thing. Same thing, I would imagine would be the same for any artist, like a guitar player or a rapper or anybody who learned on their own and then branched out. You're like, okay, this is boring. Going back to just practicing your raps in your house by yourself, you know?
All right, now I
like
see
it
why
'cause-
your hair is so long.
I like it because
The thought
niggas
process.
turn up in the club and everybody on that same page. You feel me? Like when Hard in the Paint came out, niggas,
Oh,
everybody
man,
getting hype as fuck.
Hey, what's another
Certain
one?
Chief Keef songs. You feel me?
Wow.
Oh,
Rascal Dash
God,
was one
yeah.
too.
You
That's
feel
another
me?
banger.
That you can just feed
You
off
just
that
feed
crowd
off the
energy,
niggas
and then
just
you.
What the fuck was we
hype
just
real
rocking
quick.
to in the garage earlier? What was we just listening to, bro? I mean, what we was just singing? Jay, what was you singing?
What was
I
that?
can't remember. I'm high.
Fucking
Joy, my
everybody in the club get tipsy by fucking Jaquan.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
now
That
boom.
bitch used to fuck it up, man.
Doom,
Yeah,
doom.
classic
Hell
90s, you feel me?
yeah.
Early 2000s beats. You
For
feel me?
sure.
the best
Shit,
music
I'm
was
here
still
for
the
that.
90s.
Yeah,
Yeah,
early
yeah,
90s.
yeah.
Those used to get
Yeah.
me.
Now, what made the 90s so better than everybody else, though? Like, what's your point of view on that?
I feel like the
Music.
concepts in rap weren't
Genuine.
as exhausted. So rap in itself is a certain amount of rhythm, amount of beats per minute, which normally fits within, and you can move around a little bit. And then it's a style. It's a
Yeah.
style. So you know,
Yeah.
it started with MC Light and that. You know what I mean? Really wordy, really
The style,
direct.
the style was ass back
Like
then.
you said, it's a beat.
But
you know?
but then you got
Can
and
we-
then but
can
I
we
feel
say
like
that-
rap is just over years has been trying to change and trying to change and trying to change and trying to change until it got to the point where the individuality started to look a little bit the same. Like think about it, if I take a little string and I keep cutting the string and I keep cutting the string and it's the same string, it's rap. It's got the same, I mean, not to say that, but rap can never sound like country. You know what I mean? It's rap, or it wouldn't be rap, it would be country. So what I'm saying is like you can only branch so much within one genre. Now there are some rappers out there that probably hate me for saying this, but what I'm saying is I feel like in rappers that succeed nowadays are rappers who bring an individual sound. So they don't necessarily have to be good like back in the day. Back in the day, you had to be good at rapping to succeed. You had to not only be able to put words together, but they had to sound good.
Yeah,
Now
it's
you
the
just
bars.
have to be different.
Hey yo,
No, it's the beat,
Hey yo,
though.
I will
The
be the
beat.
first to
It's the
say
beat.
this.
Nah, it's the beat that
This
carried the
nigga
wave
for
now.
president. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Kanye West. This nigga for president,
Wait,
brother.
Kanye trying to run for president? Joe?
No, he be saying he gonna run for president. Ain't nobody gonna vote for no fucking Kanye West.
No, I
Folks
will.
voted for Trump.
I'll come out to vote against him.
Nobody voted for Trump. That nigga's
I'm about to say,
insane.
vote for Trump.
Kanye West is
Kanye.
insane. I'm not. I haven't voted
Current
since I've had
events.
the privilege to vote.
Are you guys voting this year?
No,
I've never,
Not at all.
I'm not even signed up.
I am.
But right now, registered.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not registered, but
So-
I plan on it.
Okay, cool. Just that's
when they
a
allow
current
when they-
event question.
when they allow a Mexican.
Justice says so.
Oh, what's the music that made you step outside of your box?
Man, the hippie music. J. Cole, Kid Cudi, Wiz Khalifa, 2015. That's when I started listening to music. You know, I was had my apartment getting fried in Toledo. Then I listened to J. Cole, Forest Hill Drive. Do you wanna be happy? That's how I first started off. Y'all hip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And right there and there, I just love music. I like the intellectual music that's talking to me, telling me a story, letting me know something. I like the turned up shit too, but I want you to, I don't know, I like the
That's
communication.
situational.
Yeah, I like the situational music. You know what I mean? It helps me sit back and, you know, look at life from my own perspective.
I like Lupe too.
Lupe, you know,
Yeah.
Lupe was
Yeah.
yeah. Ever since then, I've been listening to everything. You know, now by doing these podcasts and shit, like I was just telling her, I listened to her music just a minute ago. It's just now I'm all over the place, but that's what started me though.
Same.
What about you? Oh, you?
Cudi. I'm a huge Cudi fan. You feel me? When he was doing his little mixtapes and shit. You feel me? I actually listened because it was relatable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially I'm a teen, but teens feel a lot of shit. You know, Cudi was one of them people. He wasn't afraid to go into the dark crevices of his spirit. You know, and let you know like it's okay. You feel me, to feel like that. So that's why I just related to him on that aspect and just wanted to be different. You know, he wasn't like any rappers. You can't even really call him a rapper. You feel me? He's just an artist, and that's what I respect about him. Also, me and my sister, after church when we was going, we used to play hella different. Oh, I got some new music. You feel me? Just something different. So that's what sparked us to really step in, and she really helped me to step outside of my norms.
Turn up.
Of, you know, just quote unquote black music.
Shout out to the sis. Shout out to the couch.
And go cuz.
Now my biggest thing is like Afro beats. You feel me? Tay War. I like Blood Orange because he just reminds you like an 80s, 70s vibe, but be talking shit sometimes. So yeah, I'm a big music head. I just don't like.
Are you a Channel Orange fan? I felt it.
It's Frankie.
I felt it. I felt the
Frankie
energy. Yes, I would love to hear Pyramids right now.
Oh, lost.
Big city lights
He said
coming
Forrest
through the
Gump.
hotel
Yes.
blinds.
Or Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump was there. Yeah, that whole tape.
So at the end of the day,
The whole
music
tape.
is a huge influence to our lives. You know, I think about it.
Music is
Like,
such a dramatic influence.
Imagine no music though.
Oh Lord, no.
But do you understand that there are
I
people
could
that
not.
don't have it generally in their life?
Yeah, speaking of that, it's some people who live out in the mountains and their music is nature.
No, not even. Not in the mountains. Next door. No. I mean, like somebody like. I'll give an example.
What?
My grandparents. They listen to music, but not on a basis like I do. Like they'll listen to music if they're on a road trip. They'll listen to music if they're in church. But they won't just be at home listening to some beats. And just go upstairs and my granddad's just at the computer listening to the new song he likes on YouTube. You know? But that just goes to show that how cultures migrate and what they find important. Yes, music has always been important, but the culture I feel that cares about music is a lot larger in 2020 than it has been.
We stem from like Africa was our beats. You feel me? Like
I love Afro beats.
We derive from the drums.
I'm talking about general time spent listening to music overall.
Yeah, shit, that's everybody. Our culture as black people.
Before there was anything to do other than maybe, you know.
But, I mean,
like
They used to beat on drums.
you feel me? Temptations was a vibe. You feel me? Like our
Big vibe.
grandparents was you fucking because of a good song coming on.
But you know what? Your
You feel me?
grandparents
Like-
more so watched live music though.
You feel me?
They had that
Everything-
live music.
Everything.
But what I'm
derived
saying
from
is it's
music.
just less part of their lives. It's not as important. They would rather listen to, like my granddad rides in the car, he listens to podcasts.
Word. You know, it's, my grandma don't listen to music anymore. She watch TV, but she
Yeah.
don't listen to music. So I mean, makes
She don't listen. She don't listen to music.
Believe it or not, she's like me. She's a Sagittarius, so she go outside and sit outside and listen to the leaves and shit. That's her music.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, like what, but yeah, she don't listen to music. She watch
I
TV.
get it.
Huh?
Right.
Ambiance. So, what does that mean?
Food.
Oh,
Listen.
Sorry.
Oh, the surrounded sound. Oh yeah.
Food and
but-
substance.
Well, she must love ambiance,
And
man,
growth.
because she called me.
To
I
the
went
body.
outside, sat on the porch. I'm like, oh, cool, you know.
Cool. Oh shit.
Well, y'all, I think it's about time to wrap it up. Some people got to boo-boo, some people got to eat. So
You
I'm
gonna
going to
get
give
a
y'all some
grub up?
essential and enlightening
I speak it to the
tips.
mic a little bit, bro.
Oh, this bitch is just fucked up.
For it. You good.
Better sound like somebody's great granddaddy.
Let me hold yours.
No, get your own. No, thank you.
You on the show.
No.
You ain't even talking on this part.
Wait a minute. No.
Yours is working.
We don't promote violence on this show, just so
It's
everyone
working.
knows.
Go ahead, just talk to it.
Some essential and enlightening tips. Number one,
Very well.
a message for the kings. Stop putting good dick in toxic women. Number two, for my queens. Stop letting toxic dick stroke your ego and your temple.
Listen.
No. Don't tell me what to do, okay?
Well, if
You
you
mind your business.
well, when your teeth start falling out. Number three, men love natural bodies with imperfections.
Oh.
Oh, that's so cute.
Don't
that
feed
made
into
me
the
Yes,
minority. Do not feed into the minority of men.
for sure.
Number four, if you have to beg for love that you want to feel, you don't need it from that person anyway. And number five, don't listen with the intent to reply. but the intent to understand.
Yeah.
And that those are your essential and enlightening tools.
And this is vital information for your everyday life.
Yeah.
Awesome. Those
And
good
it's
tips.
all that. And then they go into commercial. Wow. What? All that. So they'll do my dance.
Okay. But
Oh yeah.
before we get off, go ahead and give everybody your social medias
shit.
and everything. You know,
They know mine.
they know. Yeah.
Bruh, anyway, all right, whatever. On Instagram at My Rich Brown Life. Yes, My Rich Brown Life.
Are you rich?
Listen.
You there already?
She is. She's
The
like,
life, the life is rich.
Listen.
Manifestation.
Listen,
The life
whether
is
it's
rich.
monetary or whether it's wisdom and, spiritually, I am rich no matter what.
You heard it.
Sir.
Okay?
Heard it
All right now,
here.
My rich
follow
brown
me.
right.
And I follow back.
Wow.
You can follow me on Instagram at Wavy Adrenaline.
I'm named Jay. I'm NAMEJI.
Nah.
Huh?
Where can they find your music at? Apple, iTunes.
Listen.
He said,
Platform.
that's it.
SoundCloud, what is
Okay, so I'm a rapper, so I gotta promote myself. Okay, so you can follow me at NameJ on Instagram, and I am names_J on Twitter as well, and on Facebook. I don't follow me, but what else? So I have Wave God 2, Kahuna and Blue Jay streaming on all major platforms. That's Apple, Tidal, Pandora, and other major platforms such as YouTube and SoundCloud. Please look into that. We're dropping pretty soon.
Thank you so much. And we're looking forward to the drop. Boom.
Boom.
DJ
What
Clue
about you,
dropped
my
a bomb on it. Well, I am King Weave. Follow me NDE_King Weave on Instagram. I am Big Dream Weaver on Twitter. And anywhere you look, I'll be there. So
What about your music? Where can we find that at? You Spotify or
anywhere you look, you can find
okay.
it.
Big Weave.
Just look up King Weave. Yep.
It's I am Big Weave.
No, Big Dream Weave.
Oh, I sound like that.
Yeah.
I thought about Big Worm mystically. Sorry. Well, I'd like to thank y'all all for coming to the show. Super dope as always. Looking forward to everybody's growth and hope you all have a great week.
Same to you. Thank you.
Can we
What's
do
up?
like at the end of this one where they do like a pause, but it'd be like, yeah, and signing out, and it'd be like a
Are we gonna take a picture?
Like
What?
a steel challenge?
you just free.
Hey,
Oh, like Narwhal?
No, like now.
Like a steel challenge?
Fried.
Y'all
For sure. Well, you all good, bro?
Oh yeah.
For sure.
shit.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for watching or listening to Lavish Journey podcast, where we create, inspire, and spread greatness.
You heard him.
Peace.
Post a picture, y'all.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's awkward as fuck.